Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Ref the District here. I'm Nathan Perry. That's the Stoner. Trev has got to be working today, so he is going to be watching this game from his place of business there. But good vibes all the way around as it is game day. That's right. It is the first season, and we've got you covered here when the Arizona Cardinals face off against the Washington Commanders, giving you live play-by-play and commentary as you watch the game here with us. Lots of people are excited here in the live chat, and they have every right to be, Stoner. Football is back.
It is back. The vibes are incredible. You see it everywhere you look on Twitter, wherever you happen to be checking out updates. Man, it is freaking amazing. There is nothing right now, nothing that can bring us down. Nothing.
A loss could, but we don't predict that going to happen. We're going to talk more about that later. I mean, you're right. The vibes at the stadium, we've been following people who are able to get to the game. They're having a great time. I hope they all drink responsibly. You're going to want to remember this one. So don't get too sloshed out there in the parking lot. Make it to the game. Be safe. Get yourself back. Everything's going to be good there. Getting to the game, by the way, Stoner, is our own Eric Bieniemy. Note here, as the tweet has from Ben Standig, he's bringing in his play sheet straight into the field there. So he has that as the dogs apparently here decided now is the time that they want to be active.
I didn't hear him all morning while we were setting up everything. And now we're live. Now the dogs are there.
Yeah. But what do you think about Eric Bieniemy bringing in the play sheet? Tells me he worked on this at home.
He's ready. He is so ready. He slept with his game sheet. He slept with it and woke up with it next to him and coddled it and massaged it a little bit when he woke up in the morning. He's so ready to go. And now he's bringing it into the stadium first thing. What was kind of cool, though, is if you zoom in on that photo, that was Ben Standig who did that?
Yeah,
is that right?
Standig did the tweet there.
Yeah, if you zoom in, Ben very conscientiously he blurted out.
Blurted out. Good on you, Ben. Don't want to give Arizona any kind of leeway into this, even if it's just like one play.
Yeah,
that's good gamemanship there. We're going to talk about the stuff on the field here more as we get close to the game. So I'll bring up some of that kind of gamemanship and things that are going on there. But I want to talk about the good vibes that are kind of coming into it.
Yeah.
This one's from Ben Standig here again. Lots of people coming to this. This is called the welcome home game. That was the theme that they put out there for this one. You got Josh Harris bring in Alex Ovechkin, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid from his 76ers franchise. This is on top, as Ben says, of all the legends that are coming back. I am sporting the Champ Bailey jersey today in honor of him coming back to Washington. Him and Clinton Portis are both there. They rode together. That was a fun thing. What do you make of all of these people coming back? And this is how we're kicking off 2023 and the beginning of the Josh Harris era.
And not just that they're coming back, but that the ownership group is embracing it, that they're saying this is important to this franchise. So they're reaching out. They're going down to Florida with their private jets and picking these guys up. Sonny's family, Jim Hart, who is best known as being quarterback for the Cardinals for like 17 years, but played 1 year in Washington, picking him and his wife up. And again, Champ and Clinton Portis and the RG3 and we've seen Mark Mosley
Riggins is back. I mean, like everybody's back in on this franchise.
Everybody, man. It's fantastic. It's what we've been waiting for freaking ever.
Yeah, it's been some time here. We're seeing the chat Michael mentioning that Champ hasn't been here in 20 years, right?
Yeah.
He didn't really associate himself with this franchise for the longest time, even though this is where he got started. Of course, I mentioned that he was a part of the Clinton Portis trade. As you can tell, I'm a big fan of Champ Bailey. It's why I have his jersey. Sad to see him go. I do have a Clinton Portis jersey. Loved what Clinton did here in Washington, but Champ Bailey's a Hall of Fame player, and that is something that he brought up himself. And so this is exciting to have him back here. Champ Bailey and Clinton Portis, again, I mentioned with the Denver Broncos, the trade, they're going to be at the Denver Broncos Commanders game next week.
That's cool.
And so that's pretty interesting that they're doing this one and they're going to do the Denver one. Champ was asked which jersey is he going to wear because he was a part of both teams. And he was like, I'm just going to wear my Hall of Fame gold jacket. That's
what a flex.
Heck of a flex.
that is a flex. Can you imagine somebody asking you, what are you going to wear or whatever? And you just say, I'm going to wear my Hall of Fame jacket. That's the ultimate flex. But again, it's just really cool. I mean, RG3, there was a lot of controversy, not a lot. There was a little bit of controversy about him coming back or him embracing because, he was a Dan guy. Let's not, you know what I mean? He was a Dan guy.
By Dan, gave him preferential treatment. Yeah, there was a lot in there. Of course, then you've got, as he was an analyst, he had I'm going to do a tell-all book, and then the book never came to fruition because you could tell like he overextended himself a little bit on that.
Lawyers got involved.
Yeah, and so I don't care that RG3 is back. RG3 brought us such joy.
You don't care?
Season. What I'm saying is I don't care about people getting in it,
being upset about it.
Right? Like he brought us joy in 2012, and
he sure did.
Most of us, and especially the younger generation of fans, that's all they have, right? Like the Kirk years never had that, even though there were some good years within the Kirk Cousins era. You like that over here on the shoulder here. It never quite brought that same feeling as 2012. 2012, I honestly, right up into the Nagata injury, felt we made it.
Yeah, like we were back.
We're back. We have a franchise quarterback. We have a team that can compete with anybody. Even post the Nagata injury, I was a lot of wishful thinking that things would go pretty well there. They ended up obviously not, but I'm happy that people want to be a part of this franchise. And that was actually you're talking a little bit about the RG3 controversy of whether or not people want him to be a part of it. There's a portion of this fan base that aren't welcoming back the bandwagon fans. That's not us. Welcome on. Come back. Come on back.
But who are we to tell you can't be a fan of this team? Well, why do we feel like, and I don't mean you and I or this show or anything, but why do fans think that they can be the gatekeeper of who can be a fan and who can't be a fan? If you want to be a fan, be a fan. If you don't, see ya. Either way, I'm going to be a fan, and let's all be fans our own way.
All I know is it's a lot more fun to celebrate with people than it is to
without
having an empty stadium, right? And this is true of any fan base. During down times, the fan base is going to shrink, and people aren't really going to be interested in it, right? This is what we're going to fall into with the Arizona Cardinals. This is what we talked with the Believe in Cardinals team that we shared yesterday. Is there's just not a lot of faith that this team is actually trying to put a good product on the field right now. They don't want to use the T word, tank, but that's realistically, like, out in public, they're trading away their best players. They're, what is going to happen with Kyler Murray later in the season? Like, I don't think you're going to have a lot of fans. And with a sold out stadium, Jason Wright talked about this. Arizona doesn't travel. You mentioned George Carmi mentioning how his wife can't tell who we're playing because there's no opposing fans there. No one wants to be a part of a bad product, right? And as soon as things turn around, like here in Washington, the feeling is different. Now people are like, okay, I can get behind this. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I give special credit for those of us who have been a part of this franchise through all those bad years, but that's like a captain's jersey, right? Get yourself a captain's jersey, put yourself a little star on for every year that you were a part of, like the Dan Snyder era, which I'll put $1 in the jar for mentioning his name. But it's not to say that people who came on late weren't good, or transplants like yourself, Stoner, right? Like you were a DC transplant, became a part of this because of the Florida Gators thing. You're no less a fan than those who grew up in DC next to the stadium. We're all fans. Be a fan, as HT is saying here. There was a good one. I think Michael had mentioned about the bringing the legends back. You mentioned Sonny Jurgensen being flown back. That was by design, because Sonny at this point in his life, he can't fly commercially with his health issues.
Sure.
So the ownership group was just like, well, we can't not have Sonny Jurgensen. So they flew him out here on a private jet to make sure that he was a part of this and bringing that good experience back here. By the way, just real quick aside, Stoner, why can't it just be Legends? Isn't that such a good name?
It's a perfect name, and maybe it will be in someday, and then they can pay me my royalties for coming up with the name, and we'll be the Washington Legends.
Just royalties have to go to Ref the District, because you mentioned it on Ref the District, so we're going to take part claim of that one.
Get your pennies on the dollar. And some other people who are showing up that we're seeing. Lindsey Vonn, right? Lindsey Vonn is in the stadium today. I wouldn't doubt if at some point we're going to see, the Matthew McConaughey's, the Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s, the guys who have been the famous people who have been fans through the rough times. But yeah, there's some really cool fans that are showing up, and celebrities and all that. And it's really great to see. Of course, Theismann's there. I mentioned Mark Mosley. Josh Harris is just walking through the stands like he's a regular guy. Magic will be there, of course. At some point, we'll see video and photos of him. It's pretty awesome, pretty amazing. I love it. And we're getting photos and videos of, in the concourse and everything, and it's just packed. The tailgating was lit, as the kids like to say. So it's just a fun time right now, and now we gotta back it up on the field. And by we, I mean them, because I don't have anything to do with that.
Bringing back some more of this news here. Nikki J dropping some facts here, courtesy of Charlie Mule here. This is the first time that there's going to be 2 starting quarterbacks that were selected in the 4th round or later with less than 100 career pass attempts. The only other time, according to these two, 88, the Raiders versus Chargers, Borderline and Laufenberg. Anything you want to say on this?
I mean, it's just an interesting fact. I think that it is just so odd that you have a couple of quarterbacks like that very inexperienced and late round draft picks. And it's just it's interesting, and it just goes to show you how much people value quarterbacks that usually get picked in the 1st round. They usually don't last this long, and if they do, they usually aren't starters. Yet here we are.
Yeah, it will be interesting. Obviously, Dobbs probably not going to be a long-term starter for Arizona. Definitely just a little fill gap here. And Sam Howell, we hope that he has a great career trajectory in front of him. But he has to start winning some games. He's going to start that today. He has active his top wide receiver target there, Terry McLaurin, going to be active for today. Anything on the inactive and active list that stood out to you there, Stoner?
Well, I'm going to talk about Chase. We'll just we've talked about that ad nauseum for a little while. But Chris Paul going from, at least in my mind, to being the starter at left guard to not even being active this week, which last year he was inactive most weeks as well. But we thought we'd see a lot of improvement. But here he is being inactive. And then, of course, Mitchell Tinsley, who could be considered a district diamond as a guy who really showed up. But, they don't need him in terms of Terry McLaurin being healthy. And then, of course, we know yesterday Jamison Crowder was called up to the 53. So we assume Jamison Crowder is going to be returning punts and possibly playing in the slot in place of Dax Milne, since Dax Milne went to IR.
Looking at
there's a
Looking at the inactive list, Stoner, you brought up the Chris Paul being surprising. Trent Scott is also on the inactive list for today. I think that signals, because if you look at the people that they kept, the offensive linemen that they keep on that, there's that position flex, right? So if you have a guard that goes down, you have Tyler Larson and Ricky Stromberg that can both fill a guard spot, but they also can fill a center spot.
Sure.
So there's that versatility that they have for one game to be able to be like, hey, this is our stopgap for a game. And now you're able to keep a different position a little bit more open and fresh, because your offensive line, you hope, is going to be playing all of those snaps together throughout the game. So you're not going to be switching. So all these guys, the active offensive linemen that aren't starting, they're not rotating in and out, although you might see some rotation, as mentioned before, but maybe not with Chris Paul being out. So I'm not so concerned about that, but that's how I look at it. One of the things that popped out to me is William Bradley King, a guy that they signed, they put on their practice squad, cut from their practice squad, then signed to the 53, him being inactive. I know that they like their draft picks. They got KJ Henry, Andre Jones, who are active. Neither one of them are on this list. William Bradley King, what's his situation, do you think, that he's going in and out of the roster, and now he's inactive after they had just put him on?
Yeah, it is kind of curious that they didn't even sign him to the practice squad. They signed him to the regular 53, which is surprising. But sometimes those things they're money related, possibly in terms of how much money you have to pay a guy to be in the 53 or not, or their rights, how many times you can go up and down from the practice squad before you have to make a final decision. There's a lot of that little stuff that we don't always notice. So him being there, also being inactive, does say a lot about those rookies, because now you've got 6 defensive ends. Well, you've got 5 defensive ends, right? So you've got Montez, James Smith Williams.
Yep.
He's on IR, right? Remind me of James Smith Williams. He's playing.
No, who was put on IR? So Dax Milne was put on IR, which has got William Bradley King put up. That's what we're thinking.
James Smith Williams was questionable.
Yes,
on Thursday's practice,
which is why you put William Bradley King. So maybe this is a good sign then for James Smith Williams.
Yeah. So you've got Sweat, James Smith Williams, Casey Tuhill, KJ Henry, and Andre Jones. So you're a little light there in terms of experience with some of those guys, but you have such
one put on injured reserve.
Yeah. So that's right. So you do have some studs there.
Thanks, Will Diggs.
Inside, which is of course Payne and Allen and what's the guy from the Cowboys? Ridgeway?
Yep, John Ridgeway.
Right. Yeah, so you've got some studs in there, and you'll have lots of rotation going on. So we'll see how it all works out. Looking forward to seeing some of these guys on defense, the Forbes and the Quan Martins and some of those young guys as well.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting game. We've got everything here for you on Ref the District. I'm getting ourselves set up for our game day presentation. We got the new scoreboard here. We are also brought to you by Don't Sleep Energy. Don't Sleep Energy, the official energy drink for Ref the District.
Yes.
They are a great team out there. They're going to take care of you. You can head out to don'tsleepenergy.com, use the code DISTRICT to get yourself a discount on all of their great products. They are, in fact, the only energy drink I even entertain to partake in. And that's because I have a relationship. I shouldn't say I have a relationship. I'm not related to them, but we have a good working relationship with their team. They will take care of you as they take care of us. And the energy drinks are actually really solid. So make sure you get it yourself. Some of those sugar-free ones that Stoner is holding up there for the camera. They, of course, have some good gear. They just changed over the logo. But
seriously, go out to don'tsleepenergy.com. And if you type in the code DISTRICT, you'll get 10% off. Get a case of this for less than $30 for 12 of them. That's a fantastic deal. So I would highly suggest you do that. Don't Sleep Energy. It's fantastic and, makes you great.
Yeah. The it's a DMV thing too. I always try to mention this, like support local. And this is one of those locals. Shirk those big box stores and take on one of your local people and support them.
Absolutely.
Always love to support local people there. We've got a game here in about 10 minutes, Stoner. Let's continue talking about it here. We'll hit the commercial break just a little bit before the game gets started there. Sam Howell gets his first start of an opener. He is a 5th round rookie, or he was a 5th round pick, rookie last year, sophomore season. You did a 180. You were not a howler.
Yeah.
You are now a howler. What do you expect of Sam Howell going into this game?
Let's not get carried away with this. However, he has been very good, and he's done nothing but show progress and get better and better from the time he came into camp, which everybody said his footwork was not great. His understanding of the offense was not great. And he was pretty much a forgotten guy when he was the 3rd teamer last year. Although he did play well in preseason that year. But that's preseason. And then he came into the Dallas game and he played pretty well. And then, of course, this year, he's done nothing but get better and better and better. And he hasn't had any of those days where it's just been like, ooh, I don't know if this is the guy. Everybody who's watched him said, yeah, this can be the guy. But he is going to have some games where he's going to struggle. So let's not kind of jump off the bandwagon when he struggles, or let's not call him an all-pro when he has his good games. Let's try to keep it even, and let's just see that progress as we go through the year.
You have every right to be excited if he does what TJ is thinking here, 270 pass yards and 3 touchdowns. You have every right to be excited about that. That'd be outstanding. One of the factors going into this, I mentioned Terry McLaurin. He is going to be active. We'll see how much he plays throughout there.
Yeah.
Weather, I thought was going to be, woke up a little nervous. Maybe it was just the butterflies of the beginning of the season, Stoner, but I just started thinking of the ways, because this is by and large a gimme game, as the as our commenters are mentioning right now. It is a gimme game for Washington. And we talked about this with the Believe in Card guys as well. It's a no-win situation. They blow them out. It's the Cardinals. If they win close, you start to question the team. And if they lose, you want to fire everybody.
Yeah.
And so I just had this feeling, Stoner, something bad might happen today. Can you alleviate that feeling if from any of our fans who might share it?
Yeah. I mean, it has been raining for a little while earlier this morning, but it seems like it's going to be clear for the whole day. So rain is not going to be a factor. The field is in tremendous shape. It's a brand new sod that they put down after they had the Morgan Wallen concert last week. The vibe is too good. The team is too confident. There's no reason to think that Washington is going to lose this game. We have Washington in our survivor pool. We're in the JP Finley survivor pool, and we picked Washington. And when we talked to JP on Friday, if you haven't seen that, go to our YouTube page and check out our interview with JP Finley. He says it's a good bet. Now, Arizona might cover. He kind of thinks they'll cover those 7 points, but it's a good bet to be picking Washington. And I believe, there's a big survivor pool in Vegas. It's the Circa casino, and they have $8 million, and it looks like it's going to be like $9 million prize for the winner of their survivor pool. And I believe it said something to the effect of over 70% of the selections are on Washington in week.
Wow. On the survivor pool alone, because
on the $9 million survivor pool.
Friend of the channel, Billy O'Brien, had sent me this information here. That's crazy on the survivor pool. The money is pretty much all on Washington as well.
To cover the 7?
As of yesterday, percentage of the money on the spread was 88% on Washington to cover the 7 points there. Money line is 79% is on Washington money line, and percentage money on the total points over under set for 38 points, and it looks like the under was getting only 23%. So a lot of people taking the over on that one. Wow. So with the rain no longer being a factor, Billy was talking to me about it. He wanted to make sure it was known usually when the bets are that heavy on one team, it usually goes the other way.
Yeah, we'll
Right?
see. We'll see if that's what happened. But
yeah, I just don't
I like
see it. I don't see it happening, but it was interesting, and I do appreciate Billy sending us that information because it was very interesting to see how it is. In our own poll, Stoner was overwhelmingly Washington, which of course is standard of fare for a DC based sports cast. That's how it works out.
I think it was over 1,200 votes on our community page for who's going to win. It was 97% was on Washington to win this game. Like you said, it's a little bit biased because it's a Washington channel, but still, that's very heavy. That doesn't usually happen.
Yeah, lots and lots of good vibes. We are about 4 minutes out from the game. Let's go ahead and hear a word from Don't Sleep, and we will be back here to talk more on the Washington Commanders taking on your Arizona Cardinals.
When I'm live streaming Commanders games with my boys on Ref the District, I got to keep my energy level up, way up, over 100 at all times.
Go! Kick six, baby! Get in there! Yes, sir! That's a pick! That's a pick!
And the best way to do that is with the official energy drink of Ref the District, Don't Sleep Energy Drink.
Don't Sleep supports those who believe in themselves. Head on over to don'tsleepenergy.com and enter the discount code DISTRICT to get 10% off your entire order. That's code DISTRICT to get 10% off at don'tsleepenergy.com.
Don't Sleep makes you great. Let's go.
Again, our live streams are going to be brought to you by Don't Sleep. Definitely took that time to look at my internet situation. So if you see me stuttering, it's likely because I really, really dislike our internet service provider here. But we've got a great game for you coming up here as the Washington Commanders host the Arizona Cardinals. We will be providing you live play-by-play and commentary. So you can just mute your TV, tune into us, and enjoy a game with your friends. Grab yourself a refreshing beverage and sit back, relax, and have some fun here with us. Game is set to start here in just a couple of minutes. I'm watching today from the YouTube TV broadcast.
Sunday Ticket.
The Sunday Ticket broadcast. I'm a little nervous, Stoner, because we haven't done this, but this is the new year for the Sunday Ticket being on YouTube TV.
Yeah.
How important, though, is it that they've moved away from DirecTV and to a platform like YouTube TV, which anybody can get as long as they have a strong internet coverage, aka they're in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma.
They're not in Enid, Oklahoma. Is it Enid? What's the name of the town?
Enid, Enid, Oklahoma.
Yeah, Enid, Oklahoma. Yeah, I mean, it's huge, especially just personally for me because I didn't have DirecTV. So if you don't have DirecTV, you couldn't get the Sunday ticket at all. You could offer to pay him tons of money and you could not get it unless you had DirecTV. So for me, it's great because I can watch every game now in my situation. And of course, for you, Nathan, you didn't have to get DirecTV. Now you have the YouTube TV, and hopefully the servers for YouTube TV don't crash because, again, like you said, this is it. They didn't have any preseason games to figure it out. This is it. You could log on there and the whole thing could crash because this is the first time they've ever tried it. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's going to be smooth sailing all the way. I mean, it's YouTube, for crying out loud. You should have plenty of servers and the ability to host millions of people.
It is going to be interesting. As Michael put here in the chat.
Oh yeah.
No spoilers. So the way that this works is, one, we will sync up, but we will be broadcasting and we'll be watching the game live on our end. But because we're watching it live and then YouTube has to take our stream and give it to you, there is going to be a slight delay, sometimes as much as like 30 to 40 seconds. So try to get synced up with us, or at the very minimum, try not to spoil anything happening in the game.
Please.
As we're trying to bring you our genuine reactions. And if we see something in the chat, we might.
Uh-oh. We're losing Nathan just as soon as the game is about to start. We're losing Nathan. We're going to see how this goes. Again, we kind of talked about the rough the rough internet that he has over there, but the game is getting ready to begin. I've got it on my TV. It is being shown in my local area, which is I'm just outside
their
of Baltimore.
version of.
So we're gonna kind of see how this all works. Nathan may be back. He's kind of working it.
It's gonna be an interesting broadcast here. The game is starting. I got a hummingbird here telling me to enjoy the Zen. We'll be right back on the YouTube TV here.
Okay. I'm still on commercials here. On the
I imagine that's the reason why I'm watching a hummingbird on the screen here. I'll make everybody sick, and you can see the hummingbird.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Michael has a question for you, Nathan.
Are you on? I might as well be. It's supposed to be cable internet, but they tried telling me what was it last week that the heat apparently affects the feed coming to the house. It's only 76 degrees right now, so it's not. It was one of the most bogus things I've ever heard. There's a lot of things here as we come back from commercial break. Fox Sports
might be synced up.
Sunday ticket as well.
You tell me when you hit the guys on the screen, or hit the long shot of the field.
Long shot of the field is what I'm supposed to tell you that they hit that. All right. I'm still waiting for that. I got the NFL Shield up here, Fox Sports, all this long shot of the field.
All right. I'm going to give it another second or two because I went a little long.
This is the kickoff here. They have rain in Landover, Maryland, is what they're saying. Temperature is 77 degrees here as we listen to the sideline reporter.
Did you see the long shot of the stadium?
It's filled, man. You can just see it here in the lower bowl. You see Major Tutty dancing over there, getting fans pumped up. Chase Young being shown on screen now, clapping in street clothes. Say what you will about what he's not brought on the field. Yeah, he has been a team player off of the field. Yeah, right? He does the things you want him to do off the field. So it'll be interesting here. We got kickoff here. Washington's going to be receiving the ball first, and the ball is away. Antonio Gibson, not Gibby, is going to let that hit the back of the end zone. Washington's going to start on the 25-yard line. Sam Howell singing his praises to the people, to the man above or the lady above, depending on your point of view. And
get ready, y'all.
Oh, man.
We got somebody from Ghana.
Nice.
Welcome.
Appreciate you joining us here.
All right, here we go. First play.
Make sure you hit that like button, sub to the channel. Eric Bieniemy's first play as a Washington Commander here in the regular season. You got Sam Howell in shotgun. He is going to hand this off to Brian Robinson, who pushes forward for just about 3 yards. You're going to see, I think, a lot of running today, Stoner.
Yeah, I think so.
Is
that what you wanted to see for the first play of the season? Is just a little
surprised we didn't do a dollar bet on that. Actually, do you know if Trev was here, he was going to go play action. Terry, but maybe we'll see that here again. Sam Howell in shotgun. Brian Robinson leaking out of the backfield. Sam Howell looking to his right side. Immediately hits Jahan Dotson, who gets bounced back a couple yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short.
All right. 3rd and very short. I think you got to run it here. That was a nice catch by Jahan. Sam had plenty of time, by the way, on that first pass and looked around, found probably his 3rd option. Got it to him.
It looked like it was probably his 2nd. I think he was always looking over to the right-hand side there.
Okay.
And he went 1-2 throw. Now he's under center. He's going to do a quick handoff here to – that was – Chris Rodriguez pushing forward for the first down here. So we're already seeing Chris Rodriguez Jr. getting some game action in. That was a big question, Stoner. for Washington and their deal there. Let's make sure I bring up my game day thing here. First down.
Nice job. Nice job. I like it. I'm glad it's not a 3 and out. I'm very happy.
Yep, not a 3 and out to start. Sam Howell's going to be back in shotgun. Ball is at the 36-yard line. Terry McLaurin going in motion now at the bottom of your screen. Sam Howell's looking left, goes across the middle. This ball sails above the hands of EP's favorite target.
Got to catch that, Nathan. You got to catch that. That was right.
Logan Thomas dropping one there. EP in the house. So we'll give her, make sure she puts her headset on so she can hear us. That was right in the hands. God. Right in the hands.
I hear you, EP.
Right out of the hands for Logan Thomas.
I'm coming to your side, EP.
That one was rough. You cannot
drop that.
That pass.
Put it out of your mind, Logan. Here we go. Second down.
All right. De'Ami Brown in motion out to the outside. It's going to be a fake to Brian Robinson. Sam Howell looking deep. He's going to get his target. He catches it to Jahan Dotson for
first down. I'm already liking how things are going so far. I like it.
Yep,
I like
two first downs there. It's Jahan Dotson with 2 receptions, 18 yards already here on the first drive. Logan Thomas dropping a pass, but other than that, things going pretty well.
Sam has dropped back 3 times and has had plenty of time on all 3 dropbacks.
Sam Howell in shotgun again. It is going to go to a wide receiver screen. Here is Curtis Samuel. If you don't recognize the number 4, this was one of the changes that happened, jersey changes that happened over the off season there. He said he wanted to go back to 4 because he wanted to get back into rhythm there. Only 1 yard gain on that screen.
What was he last year? 10 last year? Is that right?
He was 10.
Gotcha. All right. So what? Gain of 1. All right. 2nd and 9.
Yep. Here we go in shotgun. Brian Robinson. No, sorry. That's Antonio Gibson who's in the backfield. Quick pass out to Logan Thomas for his 2nd target and his 2nd drop. I am not going to give that to the defense. You might Logan Thomas apologists can tell me that this was all the defense there, but
yeah, you got to catch that, man.
This again
what's going on with Logan?
That was a good defensive play. I'll give him that, but Logan Thomas being the target and Logan Thomas not catching it has already become too early of a theme for me here on 3rd and 9. Antonio Gibson's going to motion himself back next to Sam Howell. Sam Howell is looking for the quick pass, dumped off to Curtis Samuel, unable to get the first down now, but he did cross the 50-yard.
What do you think? What do you think?
Is this a situation? You got to punt. This is not 4th down situation. Don't put your defense on the back foot early. You just pin them back and you let their defense tee off on a guy who has 2 career starts.
I like the play by Howell in that he hit the hot receiver as they had a blitz on, and Curtis Samuel just couldn't make the necessary moves to get that first down. So yes, they are definitely punting.
Yep, Tressway is out there. Right. TJ bringing up no points first drive. They've had issues scoring on their opening drive for some time. Eric Bieniemy not able to
in that corner. Hit that.
It is downed within the 10-yard line, but there was a flag on the field.
I'm going to predict that's going to be against Washington for going out of bounds and
on their own and not reestablishing.
Yeah.
Sure. It absolutely normally you see the hat flying off when they go out of bounds like that. So we'll be interested to see how it is, but it's definitely going to be if it stands, it's going to be great, but it looks like they're pointing our way here.
Yeah,
so it is going to be against Washington.
Washington, illegal use of hands on Washington. That's interesting. Now they're going to Washington
maybe getting up in the face.
Why are they going to Washington sideline, though, to talk to Washington?
Talk to them about who did this and what happened?
Usually they go to the sideline to ask them if they want to accept the penalty, to re-kick, all this other stuff. How they want to handle the penalty.
Yep, so it is definitely on the kicking team.
Illegal block in the back on Christian Holmes. How do you illegally block in the back if you're on offense? if you're the kicking team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I wonder if the official's confused for real. Let me
there
check.
is something interesting here because the Cardinals were in their end zone. And if that was against Washington,
they would have come out much further.
It would have been at like the 20-yard line. So I wonder if that was actually against Arizona.
Yeah.
And this is going to be pinned back here.
I'm looking in Twitter to see if I can find anything, but right now, nothing. There is some awesome video though about
the crowd.
The crowd. I mean, the crowd it's insane right now.
I love it. Love to hear it. I'm hoping we're going to get some good crowd shots all throughout there. And disappointed with that first drive. Already calling for Ron Rivera to be replaced. It's a little early. One drive.
A little early for that
season. Maybe not the time to call that. Let's have a little bit of patience. I am not happy with that drive, Stoner, but I'm not going to go as far as to say I'm disappointed.
Sure.
There were some good things. They were able to get out of some sticky situations. You have some dropped passes. That's never a good thing.
So TJ's reporting that he pushed him in the back while he was running. I mean, again, if I'm going this way and the guy's trying to stop me, how the heck am I pushing him in the back if he's facing me? But I guess he turns his back to you and you push him. But all right. That's just a very I'm perplexed by it because that's a very peculiar penalty on that type of play. I don't know that I've ever seen that. Not that say that it hasn't happened, but
yeah. And so Doug is telling us that they took the punt result plus the penalty. So they're going to start around the 18-yard line, which is what I was saying earlier. It was weird that they were mingled around the end zone because that looked like then it was going to go in Washington's favor. So they are going to push that ball up there. Tommy, not upset with that opening drive. I would be more upset with the results of that depending on what the defense does. The defense typically a bend don't break. So we'll see how it goes.
They're definitely up much further at the 18 now. Josh Dobbs
going to start this one under center right at that 18-yard line as mentioned here. It is going to be a handoff to Connor. Connor's not going to make it to the outside as Jamin.
That's what they need to do this whole game.
Sam Curl all there to make sure that does not move forward.
That was a fantastic play by really the interior of the defensive line, which stretched that out. Of course, there was Jonathan Allen was in there, and it stretched it out. Cam Curl coming up to support. Excellent play by the defense.
You're just desperately trying to avoid mentioning Jamin Davis in that because Jamin Davis was the first one there doing a good job, doing what he needs to do as a linebacker here. That was a loss of 2 for the Cardinals here. Second and second, it is going to be another handoff, this time up the middle. Connor's going to find some breathing room, but Benjamin St. Juste able to stop him before that one busted out of and that would have been a big gain had St. Juste not wrapped up Connor there.
It was a nice play by Connor getting through that hole, finding a little crease in there because there were a lot of bodies, and then he bounced it out. And you're right. As soon as he bounced it out, St. Juste was there to make the tackle, or else he could still be going right now.
It's going to be 3rd and 5 now. Dobbs going in shotgun here. We have some motion from Ertz, and Dobbs is looking that way. Ertz is going to catch this one with Cam Curl draped over him. It does look like this is going to be marked for an Arizona first down.
That, my friend, is the difference between a Zach Ertz Pro Bowler and a Logan Thomas not Pro Bowler. Cam Curl was all over him, but he went out and snatched it and brought it in, which Logan did not do on that first drive. Twice, by the way. But that second one is the one that you got to fight for, and he did not fight for it. That's the difference. Zach Ertz fought for it and kept hold of it. Nice play.
First pass attempt by Dobbs. First completion as well. 7 goes for 7 yards. Here we got the fake toss. Screen is going to go way over the head as Dobbs had pressure right in his face. If he connects with Pascal, that's probably a decent gain.
Yeah.
But thankfully that pressure in the face of Dobbs, he tosses that well over the head and goes incomplete.
pressure from James Smith-Williams right off the edge and forced him, as you said, to throw that one a little wild and could not make the completion.
Ball is at the 27-yard line here. Dobbs going to again fake the handoff. He's going to look to the right. And that was just a bad all the way around play for Arizona, as it was caught behind the line of scrimmage and Washington was all over there. Derek Forrest is in the backfield here with Zach Ertz. James Smith-Williams recognizing that, hey, this isn't going to go anywhere, and sticks with his guy as well. Good recognition there by James Smith-Williams to again stay with him, because he was engaged with Ertz, tries to get around him and immediately realizes, nope, this is a screenplay. Let me turn around here. We got James Conner going to try to rush up the center now, gets himself about 5 yards.
Right.
Fourth down.
I like it, Nathan.
That's why I was not necessarily upset with the offensive play.
Yeah,
this is
true.
There's full 4 quarters here. As long as the defense doesn't allow them to flip the script, you're good.
All right, Nathan, who's going to be back there? Is it going to be Jamison Crowder that's going to be back there to receive this punt? Indeed it is.
83.
Whew, I'm a little nervous. At the end of his tenure here, his punt returns were a little bit nerve-wracking. So
a little bit like
Steve
Sims, right?
Jr. Yeah. All right.
Here we go. Punt is away.
Come on now.
Jamison Crowder is going to field this one. Makes the first guy miss. He doesn't have a blocker. He's going to sneak around the outside there. Going to gain a few yards.
That's an excellent return.
Another flag on the play. Let's see if again on Washington's special teams.
Of course it is.
And knock my setup over here.
We can never get lucky on these special teams penalties. Now they're all the way down on the side again. It's the exact same official that threw the flag on the previous punt for Washington. So they are talking, and they're going backwards. I already saw them.
Yep.
Back in the back.
Block in the back. Second time here. Illegal block here. This one by Quan Martin.
God damn it.
So going to erase that decent run back by Jamison Crowder.
Dax Milne could never.
Is this something like, for this to happen early on and that be that ref, that must be a point of interest there for them to see it. So is that something Arizona picked up on and said, hey, watch out for this? Or is this something the ref is just like, hey, I'm hyper focused on this right now? Because that's back-to-back special teams plays by Washington getting themselves in trouble.
That's just typical. I mean, I don't think there was anything special there that happened or anything that they should be looking out for. Those things happen more often than not on punt returns.
Yeah, Michael saying, hey, if you can see the numbers on the jersey, don't block them. It's not rocket science, right? Yeah, it always baffles me when you have that one. Sometimes it's a little ticky-tacky, but sometimes it's absolutely one of those situations.
It is crazy on these punt returns and these kick returns. You know it. Everybody knows it. It's not one of those things where it's they're trying to kind of just skirt the rule. You can't block the guy in the back. As Michael said, you can't, if you see the numbers, you can't block him. It's not rocket science. They teach you that from middle school on, and yet they still block guys in the back. And I don't get it. But it's not that big of a deal. However, you're going to have to come out of a little bit of a hole here. Probably about the 20, I'm assuming, after the penalty, because I think he caught it at about the 30. And then
I mean, if you look at it, I think it's a 10-yard penalty. And so, I think you're looking at about the 20. I don't think they give the run back. I think it's from where he caught it, though.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. If he catches it at the 30, then he goes back 10
yards. He didn't
yards.
catch at the 30. He ran out of bounds just past the 30, I thought.
Gotcha. All right. Well, they're not. It's not like they're going to be inside their own 10, though, I don't think.
We hope not, at least not for the second drive for the Washington Commanders. Sam Howell being let down by his tight end. And I think there was somebody on this Sportscast, Stoner, that said that the tight ends weren't going to get above 400 yards. And look at this. I'm already looking like a very smart individual.
Oh my God. You've had one offensive drive and you're crowing about a season-long statistics. Come on now.
Having some fun here. Washington is going to, in fact, start this at about the 9-yard line.
Oh, wow.
Sam Howell is in shotgun, brings De'Ami Brown over to the left side of his screen. It is a fake. Ooh. He is going to stroll out. He's got to throw that one away. That was just bad.
Come on. Play. Kick him out of the game.
You've got the offensive line being very upset here with that late hit out of bounds.
That's
Sam Howell did get up, but that was a very, very ill-advised tackle from Arizona.
Throw him out of the game. That was ridiculous.
Brian Robinson here with the putting the pads back in, but he was clearly White was the one who ends up giving the late hit here and just lights up Sam Howell with both feet. Sam Howell's both feet were on the White.
Man,
so this is going to be
first
down for Washington. White is got his first personal foul here. Kaiser White.
Nope, just a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, just an awful decision by White. And Sam Howell.
He used his helmet.
Yeah,
he used the crown of his
helmet. That was both feet out of bounds. White trying to plead his case. He's going to get fined for this one on the
I'm shocked.
At the end of the day. He's absolutely
I'm shocked they're not even looking at that. He used his helmet to Howell's helmet. The crown of his helmet. That's ridiculous. He should be thrown out. I can't believe they're not.
That was Gannon's player that he brought over from the Eagles here. So they are actually.
Oh, it's the official. Remember I said
he got his hand cut. Going to get some first aid here from the paramedics there because he got taken out with it as well. There you go. White's definitely got to get thrown out now. He tried taking out the quarterback out of bounds and trying to take out an official here.
I wonder, Nathan, if this extra time maybe gives the officials in New York or whatever a chance to look at it and see if maybe there's a possibility that could be an extra penalty.
Michael Paul, also known as MG, trying to say that was a clean hit. That was definitely not it.
We've been watching you, Michael Paul. We've seen all your hate tweets or whatever, or hate
Jessica, it is in fact a copyright infringement to show the broadcast. So yes, you probably do see it from some channels, and then those channels will get knocked off, and then you'll see a bot replace it. And so
we're not about that.
We do not want to lose our channel, so we will not be sharing the game. That's why we do provide you play-by-play. If you cannot watch the game, it's just like tuning into the radio. If you can watch the game, it's like watching with your friends here as we provide you play-by-play and commentary. Some good stuff there. Here in the first quarter, Sam Howell getting his bell rung out of bounds.
If I may say, Jessica said a lot of wrong things. This is probably correct. We are a little bit dumb, but that's all right. We like being dumb. Thanks, Jessica.
Yep. Probably just, yeah. We're just a couple of yahoos here. 3 yahoos when we have Trev with us. But you're right on that one. But if we appreciate you tuning in. If you want to find an illegal stream, by all means, go find it. Just don't post the link here because, again, we are not going to associate with illegal streams. The NFL tells you that, by the way. When you tune into the game, they blatantly say you cannot rebroadcast the game. So Washington still in the first quarter here on their second drive, a long timeout thanks to an out of bounds hit here. And that is not a sight I want to see.
What's that?
Jacoby
Jacoby's in
Brissett
there.
is
They
on
probably
the field for Washington. Sam Howell had to go out because he did, in fact, have a helmet-to-helmet hit. He is jogging what looks
Back
like
out.
back on the field.
It was a
Hopefully not
timeout.
across the field.
It was not. It was a timeout, so he did not
There
have
we
to
go.
sit out a play.
Yeah, it was an
So
official
he's
timeout.
back.
Jacoby Brissett leaving the field. That was the one thing. That was the one thing that I did not want to see all season long. I don't want to see Jacoby Brissett out there. Sam Howell having a clear concussion protocols.
Yep. And by the way, Sam should have thrown that ball away before that even came.
He should have thrown that ball away. We were very hyper focused on the hit, but he needs to throw that ball away. He was going for 1 yard.
So
Sam
they're only
Howell's
at the 24.
snap. He is looking to his left. That is a Logan Thomas catch. We have a Logan Thomas catch.
Take that, EP.
Third
we have a Logan Thomas
game,
catch.
and he finally brings one in here. He extends, gets the ball to the 30, which is right about where we would have been had Jamison Crowder's return not been nullified by a block in the back by Quan Martin here. 2nd and 4 now for Washington. 6:44 left to go in the first quarter. Under center is Sam Howell. Logan Thomas in motion. This is going to be handoff to Antonio Gibson, who squeezes through the center of the hole.
It's going to be a couple yards short.
Yeah, it's going to be short of the first down here. So they're going to go 3rd and short. Antonio Gibson again being used as a running back going up the center. I know a lot of people have a problem with that. Antonio Gibson's going to stay in here on 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. Give it to him again. Give it to him again on your 3rd and 1.
This is going to be Sam Howell going out to the right. Quick pass to Jahan Dotson. Going to be...
Oh, it's another helmet to helmet.
First down.
And there's the flag.
Yep.
That's
Thompson
another helmet to helmet.
Arizona with a late hit. And out of bounds on Jahan Dotson, and this is going to go 15 yards in Washington's direction here.
That's a that's an under-talented team trying to do too much. That's helmet to helmet.
Yep, second one. So this time he wasn't out of bounds. This one was just leading with the helmet.
Yep, right in front of Bieniemy. Bieniemy's like, that's a penalty. So it's interesting to note that 8 dropbacks for Sam Howell so far this game. And other than the one where he had to run because nobody was open, he has not been pressured. He has
4
not
penalties in the game so far, 2 against each team. Jahan Dotson in motion down to the right side. Sam Howell in shotgun. Brian Robinson's going to get this one and be met in the backfield. The offensive line was one of those things that we talked extensively about and being worried on how that was going to play out. They've done all right in pass protection so far.
Yep.
And
running hasn't been so great, but
they've kind of struggled. And this is something that they didn't particularly do well last year. Washington did not have a 4-yard average top running back. They just happened to just run the ball a lot there. Bates is being in motion now, being that extra tackle there, is going to get a block and then lead out. But this is a deep pass out to Eric McLaurin, unable to bring this
that's
one
a penalty.
in. And we have another flag on there. Like you can't guard Eric McLaurin.
Nope.
He
was going to catch that.
Eric McLaurin.
That was a great pass, by the way. That was going to be right in the bucket, if not.
Let's look at this. The line of scrimmage is the 50. This ball hits the
9,
about the 9-yard line,
and perfect. Look where it's going to drop in. Right in his bucket,
and right where only Terry McLaurin was going to have a shot at that. So this is pass interference on Marco Wilson, Arizona's top cornerback. It is going to be 1st and 10 for Washington. Spot foul. Ball is on the 13-yard line.
That's weird that it's at the 13.
It's
by the way,
double. Curtis Samuel able to leak out through the left-hand side here. He was in the backfield. A little kind of neat formation here by Washington, as they like to use Curtis Samuel sometimes as a running back. In there with Brian Robinson, fakes the handoff to Brian Robinson, gives it to Curtis Samuel, who squeaks up for 6-yard gain here. So it'll be 2nd and 4 for Washington. Red zone for the first time this season.
Yep, 2nd and 4 from the 7.
Jahan Dotson motions out to the left-hand side. You got Terry McLaurin and De'Ami Brown at the bottom of your screen. Sam Howell first looks their way. He has plenty of time. Now he moves out to the left-hand side. What's he going to do? He steps back. He throws to Brian Robinson. That is a touchdown. As long as there's no penalty. Like Sam Howell to Brian Robinson. I don't think we had that on the scoreboard for any of us. I think someone mentioned the running backs. Did anyone take Brian Robinson?
We had first TD pass. Can you read that? Stoner says B.
Brian Robinson. That's exactly how this one plays out. Stoner got himself a dollar. It is time to hail to the Commanders. Hail victory. Extra point is good, and I'm already late on the scoreboard. So,
by the way, fantastic play by Sam Howell. He didn't have his first receiver, didn't have his second receiver. He moved out of the pocket, going to his left, threw back, sidearm a little bit, finding Brian Robinson. Nice job by the offensive line. Nice job by the offensive line to not move downfield as Sam Howell was scrambling, so they couldn't get a illegal man downfield. Fantastic pass, Brian Robinson, touchdown. The feel goods continue with the Commanders up 7-0.
That was what we wanted to see when he got himself knocked out of bounds there, right? You don't fight for 1 yard. You throw the ball, you keep your eyes upfield and you throw the ball. He was fighting for that 1 yard earlier. This time he realizes, hey, I got someone coming on me. It'd be better for me to look. Oh, look, there's Brian Robinson. Absolutely gets the ball away. Nice job there by Sam Howell with his first touchdown of the 2023 season. Commanders are up now 7-0.
Yam said that he called B-Rob getting our first touchdown. But even better, I think this is a little, sorry to one-up you, Yam. I mean, because that's what we do here on this show. We like to one-up each other. But I had B-Rob getting the first touchdown pass. Yeah. That's pretty sick right there. I have to admit. Good. Not
that
like I had inside info.
That was a good one. Yep. For Tommy T, first Howell touchdown of many and more to come. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's good for that's a rim shot. That's not the right one. There we go. Get the Howell on there.
I was wondering. Here's
TJ
my
with the rushing touchdown for B-Rob. Nope, not quite. This one was a catch score. By the way, I'm starting Brian Robinson in my fantasy league. So good around all the way around for me. So far, I have fantastic. The YouTube broadcast has been excellent, by the way.
All right, that's good.
Nice, clean, crisp, as long as my internet holds out. Here we go. That was 7 plays, 91 yards, 2 minutes and 45 seconds off of their 7-yard touchdown catch by Brian Robinson. Cardinals with 3 penalties on there to help Washington out. Two bad hits.
Yards of penalties.
Yeah, 2 bad hits, and then the defensive pass interference here, as Joey Sly is going to be able to kick this one for the second time. And let's see where this goes. Sorry, the first time this game. And of course, it's clearly out of bounds.
Nice.
Maybe Cuddy there, almost there to field it.
Dean is asking how the O-line looks. Every time Sam has dropped back, he's had plenty of time. He's had to move out of the pocket a couple of times, but that's just because his initial looks were not open, so he tried to get out of the pocket and move it.
On that play, actually, Dean, on the touchdown play, Sam Howell had plenty of time to throw. No one was open, but so he leaks out thinking maybe he can just get some yards by his feet, and Brian Robinson managed to run with him and be able to be open for that touchdown pass there. But he had plenty of time before squirting out there. Here we got Dobbs handing the ball off. It is going to get to the outside for a few yards here for Arizona, who gave that to Moore.
Rondale Moore. He's actually pretty good, but he hasn't done a whole lot. And a lot of people are saying this, and we don't have the option of replay or anything right now, but let me put it right here. EE is saying that Howell missed Dotson. I think TJ said, a few others said that Dotson was open, but Howell just missed him. But that's all right. Nice play by Howell.
That'll be something to take a look at in the all-22.
Absolutely.
Dobbs in shotgun. Ball is at the 29-yard line here after a 5-yard run. There is a reverse, some trickery here. It does get to the outside. There's plenty of space to run here, and finally taking him down is Derek Forrest. It's going to be a first down by Arizona. Lots of space to run there by Marquise Brown.
Rookie mistake by Andre Jones Jr. He got sucked into the middle and didn't keep containment. And Hollywood Brown went right around him, and it took a safety to save the touchdown. That's what these rookies do. They get so excited about getting to the quarterback, and they don't hold that containment on the outside. And Hollywood had plenty of room to run. That was a long 29 yards.
Yeah, it's going to be first down here. Arizona in Washington territory. Dobbs gets the screen away, and Montez Sweat misses his tackle, but comes back and gets Connor before it goes anywhere. It's going to be tackle for loss there.
They were faking the play, a swing pass out to the left side, and then came back to the screen on the right, but Washington was not fooled on that one, and Montez did a good job on that one of not giving up the edge, and also Cody Barton was there to help out as well.
Paris Johnson, first round pick by Arizona, had Cody Barton by the pads, making sure that wasn't going to work out for Washington, but Washington had enough players there to be able to tackle Connor. This is going to be a fake to Connor. Dobbs looking to the right-hand side here where he has a wide open more, but there is a flag. Believe this is going to come back. So Mondale Moore celebrating right now, but he
that was a nice play.
Might want to save his energy.
I don't know if it's coming back. I don't think it is.
No, this is going to be against Washington. Going to be declined in a first down for. So number 29, that was Kendall Fuller getting called on hands to the face there.
Nice play. They did not get enough pressure on Josh Dobbs, and he sat back there and found who was that? Was that Moore?
Mondale Moore was who caught this.
Mondale Moore, yeah. Oh, yeah, he got it.
It's actually Benjamin St. Juice who had the hands of the face. So they did call it on Kendall Fuller, but it was Benjamin St. Juice. I want to make sure I clarify that because a lot of people hate Kendall Fuller. Arizona going to have to take a timeout here because the play clock went to 0. This defense not looking good here on this drive. They kind of a couple missteps here as we got our first timeout. I'll make sure to update our board on that as well.
Oh yeah,
look how clean that is.
That clean board.
Love it.
Yeah, there was just too much time on that pass for Dobbs. So they didn't get any pressure from, especially on the interior, and made it easy for Dobbs to throw that pass. I mean, I can throw that pass if I've got enough time.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't credit too much of that.
Moore's wheel route was excellent, and no one was there to stop it. Yeah. HT asking if it's just another slow start this year for Jack Del Rio's defense.
I mean, just give it time. Give it time. It's still the first quarter.
Yeah, the first drive looked fairly good for the defense. It's the second drive here that they're giving up a lot of yards. Now, they did this against Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Or Baltimore. They're
going to give up some
all those yards and had a goal line stand. So Dobbs is going to look to the end zone. He was looking for Ertz, and that was in the hands.
Yeah.
But broken up here. Would have been a touchdown if he was able to bring it down here. Let's see. Derek Forrest getting juked. Ball was a little high.
Yep.
And Zach Ertz not able to bring that one down. Derek Forrest making sure that wasn't going to be a completion either. So here we go. 2nd and 10 now for Arizona. Ball is on the 12-yard line. Dobbs looking to rush now. He's got Deron Payne right in front of him, and cleaning up everything is Jamin Davis.
Nice
tackle by Jamin Davis. Good recognition there by Deron Payne to make Dobbs kind of hesitate.
That was a planned quarterback run by Josh Dobbs, but like you said, Deron Payne was there to meet him in the hole, force him back inside, Didn't get the tackle, but Jamin Davis was there to clean it up.
Now 3rd and 8 here for Arizona. Dobbs in shotgun. 3 wide receivers out to your left-hand side. Dobbs looking that way, throws it across the middle. This one is almost picked off by Cam Curl as Dobbs was looking for Ertz again. Would have been short of the first down, would have been short of a touchdown. But, oh, my goodness, if Cam Curl picks this one off, just how amazing was that? He jumps this, and Zach Ertz almost has to play defense at that point.
Yep. Nice job by the defense to make a stand there as Arizona got all the way down to the 10-yard line, 11-yard line, and they stood their ground on 3 straight plays, and now
that bend do not break, as James had posted earlier. Here we go for the field goal, 28-yard attempt.
That's Matt Prater.
Up, and that is an ugly looking kick, but it does go through for Arizona here as we have 53 seconds left in the first half or first.
That was a Joey Sly looking extra point style field goal.
That was low
ugly.
And that was
knuckled.
That was ugly.
Well, I mean, basically we're at the end of the first quarter. You're just going to have a one play.
Barring either a return touchdown or one heck of a first play, it will likely end up being.
What do you think, Nathan? What did you think of the first quarter for the, let's say, offensively? What did you think?
I would like them to move the ball on their own, not have penalties be what moves the ball, and the defense would like as much as the bend don't break tends to work when your offense is able to put up on points. I would prefer them just not to bend.
Sure.
So especially against a very soft, team at this point, a lot of these players for Arizona would be bench players for other teams. So, they need to be able to pull away as the game goes on here. But if you were to have taken the points in the first quarter, because I happened to see that when Billy sent me the stats on the bets there, I think it was Washington 4.5 points or no. So Arizona 4.5 points. So it was only the 4 points. So with Washington up 7-3, but Stoner, we're calling it a little early here. There's still 53 seconds.
Yeah. But to your point, total yards in the first quarter so far, Arizona 77, Washington 50. So Arizona moved the ball a lot better on offensively, but Washington had the benefit of those 3 big penalties on one drive, 2 illegal hits, and then the long pass interference penalty. And Arizona got their yards all on their own. So, 77-50 so far. Yards per play, Washington is at 3.3 yards per play. So, you can't be too disappointed. This is what bad teams do. The Cardinals do. They only get 3 points and they give up 7 because of a bunch of penalties. But Washington is going to need to get a little bit better on offense.
Yeah. This is actually something we talked about with our Believe in Cardinals guys, right? So saying Arizona's playing pretty hard, though. I respect their efforts.
Absolutely.
The kick goes away here, and Gibson's going to let this one go behind him as well. The players, and for the most part, most coaches, they don't tank, right? Like that's not their job is to win games and to play their hearts out. GMs and owners are the ones who kind of push in the tanking method because they're wanting money or certain players.
Sure.
So especially game 1, I expected Arizona to play hard here, and that is exactly what they're doing. Going to start at the 25-yard line from shotgun, fake handoff to Brian Robinson.
Time.
Sam Howell is squirting out of the pocket here. Take a step out of bounds, and Arizona's
they kind of hit him again.
They're trying to keep his hands up because he does not want that smoke from the Washington side.
I think that's the sign of a young quarterback who doesn't want to hurt his stats. So he takes a sack there instead of throwing the ball away. He should have thrown the ball away.
Yep.
But instead it's 2nd and 11. There's no reason to try and fight for 2 inches or whatever. Just throw the ball away. Move on to the next play.
Going to go for a pass play here again. This is your second catch by Logan Thomas, and he's going to push forward.
Yeah! That's it. Oh, it's another freaking flag.
I'm going to hold off on the actual charge here because there is a flag.
I say offensive pass interference.
They're looking at Bates.
Yep.
Bates wondering what he's doing. Buda Baker pointing there. So it is going to be offensive pass interference.
Usually when you see those quick outs like that, then there's usually a guy making room. Let's see. Yeah. Here's the replay. Bates is on the inside.
What?
Oh my God, that's a bad call.
That is just a bad call there. For those not able to watch it, Ron Rivera is heated.
Wow.
Because all that Bates did was run his route and give like a little shoulder. They made it sound as if Washington, like Bates was out there blocking.
That was a terrible call.
That was
a terrible call. Oh my goodness. I can't believe they're calling some stuff. I mean, they're calling the bad stuff, obviously, but some of this is woof. Man.
It has been a little woof. Not so woof is Don't Sleep Energy. Make sure you check them out.
Don't Sleep Energy is a proud sponsor of Ref the District. Head on over to don'tsleepenergy.com and enter the discount code DISTRICT to get 10% off your entire order. That's code DISTRICT to get 10% off at don'tsleepenergy.com. Don't Sleep makes you great.
That's right. Don't Sleep Energy, our sponsor for your live broadcast. If you like us, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well. And if you like staying awake and alert, get yourself some Don't Sleep Energy. The score is officially now 7-3 here. Washington above the Cardinals on the second quarter. Scoreboard has already been up, and it is some Old Bay wings time here at the Perry household. So I might mute myself on occasion to do some chomping on lunch here.
I like me some wings.
It's been interesting, Stoner, the time difference as I moved to Oklahoma and no longer being on the East Coast time. It's been different. There's some things I like about it, some things I don't like about it. It is nice to be able to get this game from 12 to 3. It's less nice that now I'm definitely going to be eating lunch during the show, or I have to put off eating until the end. So, but
well, you know what? We can't blame the penalties on anymore. We can't blame it on Snyder. You know, a lot of people used to say that they're after Washington, so the penalties are because of Dan Snyder. Well, can't blame that anymore. That was just a bad call. It happens.
Yeah,
during the course of the game, let's just not make a habit of it.
Doug saying Bates didn't initiate that little bit of contact.
Yeah, you see I think the linebacker kind of went into him.
Yeah, it was a bad call. It did look to me like Bates was intending on doing a little bit of a rub, but that's not a rub you call. He looks like he's running his route, which you're supposed to let go here. But it's going to be 2nd and 21 now for Washington. Curtis Samuel moves into the slot.
This is a dead drive.
It'd be a fake to Gibson. Sam Howell having time does unload this one to Logan Thomas. This one I'm not going to blame Logan Thomas on.
No, everybody's covered. They had good coverage downfield. There is a flag.
There is a flag.
Now this one could finally be on air. This could be a makeup call. If it's against Washington, I might throw something. Personal foul.
Roughing the passer. There we go.
First down. So again, this is what bad teams do. Bad teams shoot themselves in the foot, and that's what Arizona continues to do. That's their third personal foul penalty.
Yeah. So the roughing the passer is not such about a late hit as much as it was a high hit on Sam Howell. So Ledbetter there using his arms to the neck and head area. Sam Howell under center is going to fake this one off, looking to his left, unleashes, but it gets intercepted, tipped at the line. Terry McLaurin with his first tackle of the season as Collins ends up with the pass. And they're going to do my least favorite celebration, which is all going to the end zone. Like, you do not need to do that every single time.
Sure you do.
This is
interceptions very often.
Collins looking like he's going to go in, comes out, pass gets deflected, and there's the interception. Washington going to be on defense once all this gets settled there.
Why are they throwing so dang much?
Yeah, they're looking to unleash here instead of try to run. Now, last year, Arizona was really bad at, pass defense, but you just got to kind of get into your rhythm here as Dobbs having some time, going to dump this one down the center here, going nowhere as Casey Toohill and Barton wrap Ertz up.
About a 4-yard gain. So interesting that Washington has 5 rush attempts and they have 9 passing attempts. Now that's just passing attempts. How many of those has Sam run, or the pass interference doesn't count as an attempt? The runs out of bounds don't count as an attempt. Jeez. 2nd and 6 here.
Dobbs under center hands this one off, met in the backfield and nowhere to go. Arizona
Payne
getting blown up by Deron Payne. Casey Toohill in the mix as well.
So when Ron talked about wanting to run the ball twice as much as passing it, what he really meant is he wants to pass the ball twice as much as he runs it, because that's what they're doing right now.
It is interesting. I think that they're trying to get
3rd and 9
into this rhythm here. You've seen some short passes. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Quick pass away. And this one's Kendall Fuller breaking this one up as it was aimed at Hollywood Brown there.
Nice defense. Good hold for Washington after that interception that gave Arizona some good field position, but the defense steps up, a 3 and out. They had the blitz coming right up the middle. And
so this pass was behind. Dobbs thrown this behind. So it looked like originally Kendall Fuller broke this one up, but it ended up just being a bad throw.
54.
Prater coming out here for a 54-yard field goal. This was what was key here, as it is down the center. So it's a quick 3 points there for Arizona.
Damn. That makes me mad when they're given this bad team chances here. So it's 7-6. Offensively, they got to get more in a rhythm of running.
They do have to get in a rhythm. One of those things that on that interception I mentioned, it was tipped at the line. A lot of people worried about Sam Howell's height.
Yeah,
and having that happen.
Absolutely. That's an issue.
You're saying this is an issue. We're seeing this here in the second quarter of the first game of the season. Are they going to do anything different to help him not have that happen, or are we going to see a lot more of those this season?
I don't know, but they need to do something to protect Sam a little bit more in terms of he just keeps going out there and throwing the ball and throwing the ball and throwing the ball. I don't mind Sam Howell throwing the ball. I do mind him throwing the ball twice as much as running the ball. They have 5 rushing attempts. 5. That's it. There's something wrong with that. Let me look at the box here, because he also has, I guess they don't have him for any rushing because those have been sacks or penalties. But Samuel has 1, Gibson 1, Rodriguez 1, Brian Robinson 2. Total of 5 rushes for 13 yards. And Sam has 10 attempts. Plus, of course, like I said, a couple of times where he either ran out of bounds for a sack or ran out of bounds and got a penalty on the other team. So, man, they are just throwing the ball.
Yeah, it is. Michael's right. It's a passing league, and some of those passes have been short. The first down to Jahan Dotson, where he ended up getting a helmet hit, that's essentially a running play. Like those are just short plays, quick plays. So I'm not necessarily against some of those short plays, but they do need to get in rhythm. We need to see some more running, and I'm going to give you the first one of the year, Stoner. If you know what I'm talking about, I've got the button ready when it comes to running the ball.
Well, I just wish they would run the damn ball.
I said it right that one. RG3 down on the field there for Washington as they bring back lots of former players, as there's supposed to be some excitement here as Washington's opening up the Josh Harris legacy, as it were. Prater going to be kicking this one away. Third time this game for Prater, as he made 2 field goals, started off the game. There's Josh Harris in the that's the first time I've seen him up in that kind of area. Normally he's down in the field, but somebody's got probably some good seats as that one goes out of the end zone here. Washington going to start at the 25. Now, unfortunately, we're going through all of the quarterbacks since Ron Rivera.
Terry's got there.
Yeah, since Terry was there. Ron Rivera quarterbacks, I believe.
Yeah.
Most starting QBs since 2018, Commanders with 12. I don't think they have a second, was 8 with 8 quarterbacks, was Indianapolis. Sam Howell is going to hand this one off to Brian Robinson, who cuts this one to the left there after going right. He's going to go forward for some nice positive yards there.
5 or 6. That's what they need to do. The starting quarterback. So this is the 6th consecutive year with a different starting quarterback for Washington, which is one short of the record, which Indianapolis is setting this year with the 7th consecutive year with a different starting quarterback. Hopefully next year we can start over at the 0.
That would be nice here as Sam Howell is in shotgun. De'Ami Brown goes over to the right-hand side. Now he's back through the front there. It is still going to be a handoff to Brian Robinson, who squeezes and pushes his way forward. That is right. Well. As long as there's no penalty there. First down. Arizona has a couple people shook up on that play, largely because Brian Robinson is just an absolute monster.
He hit contact at about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage and then carried it all the way for a 6-yard gain. So that was some really tough running from Brian Robinson. That's what he does really well. That's what he does better than anybody else on their roster, although we haven't seen a whole lot of Chris Rodriguez, of course. But, yeah, that's what he does well. He can push that pile and get that extra yard or 2 that you need. And, by the way, nice blocking from Sadiq Charles, the guy who I said was going to be cut. Nice play from Sadiq.
Yeah, offensive line getting some push there, allowing Brian Robinson to kind of drag the rest of that pile. This is Strong Jr. Getting up and walking away for Arizona.
Kevin. I believe I saw something.
University of Texas, San Antonio.
I believe I saw something about Arizona is starting 17 rookies. It couldn't be starting 17 rookies. Maybe it was 17 rookies on the roster.
I believe it's 17.
No way they're starting.
Yes. Yeah. TJ, if B-Rob was faster, he could be special.
Maybe he is. I
do want to see him find an open hole. That's the offensive line from Washington hasn't really opened up any holes for him to gain speed, because I think he is fast enough. And we've seen him drag piles, but let's see him in open space and have one of these linebackers try to tackle him one-on-one there. Sam Howell avoiding the sack. Now he's going to run out. He's going to get some positive ground. He's getting hit again.
All right.
As he slides. White on the tackle.
White is be careful.
Teeing up on Sam Howell, 5-yard run there.
I'd like to see Sam get down a little earlier than that. You see the guy coming. Don't give him that opportunity to actually hit you. Get down in time, because that was legal.
That time it hit the shoulder and not the helmet.
So it was a gain of 5, though. So nice first down run.
Antonio Gibson in at running back. My wings are excellent, in case anyone wanted to know there. It is going to be handoff to Antonio Gibson, who had a lot of green grass to the left, but he chooses to run behind all of the big guys. Going to bring up third down there.
Uh-oh.
Sam Howell
checking out his ankle.
Stretching something out there.
Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, it's going to be third and short there.
Please run the ball. Run the open ball.
Looking at his thing, he knows that he's only 1 or 2 plays away from getting there for Washington. Terry McLaurin motions out to your right side here. Sam Howell's looking to pass. He is going to get this one away. A wide open Terry McLaurin. Ball is on the ground, but
I think he was down anyway.
Yeah.
Nice hands
recovering that. So regardless, it's going to be Washington ball here.
Nice hands by Logan Thomas, EP.
Oh, sorry.
Just wide open. No penalty that time for offense. Yeah, he would have been. It would have been down here.
Yeah.
So he was touched, tripped up, and then he's all on the ground before that. So that would be a Washington first down.
Let's go. Oh, now they got a guy here. That's the guy who hit Terry.
Yeah, gotten locked up here. I'm going to allow Stoner to talk through things as I'm going to take another bite of these delicious wings here.
So Thompson is the guy who Jalen Thompson is the guy who got 1 penalty already for hitting Howell. No, that was when he hit Dotson late out of bounds, and now he's limping off the field. He actually hit Terry McLaurin as McLaurin was going down. So that might just be a cramp issue, but he has left the field under his own power. So it doesn't look to be anything too serious. Washington now has a first down at the 37-yard line of Arizona. Howell is in shotgun. He fakes a handoff, a quick pass out to Samuel, who's hit right away after a gain of about 1 yard.
Yeah, Marco Wilson in on the tackle there. That's Arizona's best corner.
Mm-hmm.
So probably not going to get too much against him. But Washington sneaking in a yard there. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Yeah, HT, you don't want to sleep on these wings. These wings by EP are fantastic.
Oh, they're homemade. Oh, I didn't even know that. All right, here we go.
Sam Howell looking for a big pass here. He's going to get this one away. That is caught.
What a catch.
Cole Turner.
What a catch by Cole Turner. What a catch by Cole Turner. First down. That was a play. That's the kind of play we watched all training camp this year and last year. That was not an easy catch. It was high, and only Cole Turner was getting that catch. So nice play by Cole Turner to go up and grab that right at about the 20. Took a little bit of a cheap shot at the end again by Thompson. That guy's this close from getting thrown out of the game.
Arizona is definitely coming in here a little late on several as the handoff goes to Gibson. The ball is on the ground.
The ball
Arizona's signaling them. They're going to say that this is Arizona ball here.
The way it looked like they were going after it before he was down. So we're going to see on the replay, of course.
Collins here getting in here. That ball is out. Antonio Gibson. People are going to just rail against Gibson because that was an issue his sophomore season.
Last year was not, though, to be fair.
Last year was not. It wasn't a problem his rookie year. It was not a problem his third year in. It was a problem his second year in. And here we go. A decent drive by Washington.
Not a decent drive. That was turning into an excellent drive.
Thwarted by an Antonio Gibson fumble.
How about this pen? That really took some abuse on that throw and still working. That is brutal, my friends. That is brutal to turn the ball over. You're only up 7-6 on the worst team in football. Hold on to the stinking ball, for crying out loud.
Washington doing what Stoner asked and running the ball and coughed up the ball now. So now we need to add another one. Run the ball and hold on to the ball. It's going to be Arizona ball when we come back here from this food commercial. So if I'm making you hungry, these commercials should be making you hungry. TJ, I love this comment here. I'm calling him Gibby after that. Yeah, Gibby's the guy who fumbles.
I'm gonna tweet
you could be AG when you do good, but if you're gonna fumble the ball, you gotta be a Gibby. Just unfortunate. Patriot clips. Let's see if let's call San Fran, see if they still have interest. Yeah, I still am a believer in Antonio Gibson. I think that he can be a quality run back. I am going to, not just from this, I did say this before the season started. I'm going to temper my expectations a little bit. I'm going to say that he is going to be like a JD McKissick in his career, not necessarily somebody more like a Swift or somebody who people across the league are getting excited about. Gibson with a clean hole there, getting stopped, and then that peanut punch coming down and making that a loose ball here.
Those kill, man. Those are brutal. Yeah. But here we go.
Washington is going to start this defense on the 16-yard line. Got some extracurriculars there with James Smith-Williams. EB shown talking to the offensive line. The offense, as it were, as there's actually several of the players there. I see Cole Turner.
Howell's in there.
Sam Howell in there. That was a gain of 1. Dobbs under center here. Gonna fake the handoff, look for a quick pass out to Hollywood Brown, and Washington was right there but could not wrap him up initially. Deron Payne able to take him down, though, after a short game. There is going to be a flag here.
That can't be on the defense.
This looks like this is going to be against Arizona here.
It was too quick of a play to be against the defense.
Yeah.
Davis
clapping and pointing backwards. So this is going to be an ineligible man downfield.
That'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to go back and look at that if they don't show a replay.
Gonna replay the second down at least for Arizona here. Would have brought up 3rd and short. Washington's going to take this one, make this 2nd and 14. Lots of penalties early on in your first game of the season. 5 for 87 there for Arizona. Mentioned a 2nd and 14. Ball is on the 13-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Connor, who makes the cut.
Moves.
And gets forward for some progress here.
Ouch.
Still bringing up 3rd down and 7 now. Still decent for Washington in that regard, because it was going to be 3rd down and relatively short. Now it's 3rd down and 7. Connor 5 rushes for 17 yards, so had a couple good runs in there, but largely Washington doing its job, stopping the run.
All right, big 3rd and 7 here. Got to get it back off the field, get that offense back out there.
Cody Barton in the center of your screen flashing like he's going to come in. He does not. Dobbs having some time. Connor. Now he's rushed out of the pocket.
Oh, get him. Tackle him. He's down. That's a sack. That's a sack.
Montez Sweat did this all last season. He was getting to the quarterback and making them, making those QB pressures, but he wasn't able to finish the job. This time he is able to finish the job as he finally works his way past Paris Johnson, gets a hand on Dobbs, and just does not let go.
Yeah, that was a nice job because it was spinning around and he only had a little piece of him, but he did a good job of holding them up, waiting for his friends to come.
Punt is away. Jamison Crowder trying to clear out, and this is a
yeah.
Ball
Bad
hits
punt.
just on Washington's side of the 50, but bounces backwards. Going to put Washington in possession near midfield. Going to be on Arizona's side there. So the second turnover does not penalize Washington. They've had 2 turnovers and 0 points given up.
No,
Washington,
they gave us the 3 points on the.
they gave up 3 points off the interception.
Yeah.
That's right. That was a 54-yard field goal. Thanks for.
But still,
still
you know,
3
they
points
held
off
them.
of 2. Yeah, that's Washington can't keep giving the ball away, but not too bad to see from that. Stoner, why don't you talk to us more about how this game has been as I eat some of these Old Bay wings?
Well, the turnovers are obviously an issue. They've turned it over twice now on the Sam Howell interception and the fumble. That's going to be an issue if you continue to do that. That's how bad teams get to stay in the game, and that's what Arizona is doing right now. They are only down 7-6, even though they really haven't done a whole lot offensively. So Washington's offense needs to take this. They're starting in plus territory. They're starting on Arizona's side of the ball at about the 48-yard line, I believe. They need to go right down the field and score, and they need to do it impressively. I still want to see some running. You probably won't see Antonio Gibson this entire drive. If you don't see Robinson, you'll probably see Rodriguez. Ron has done this in the past. Whenever Antonio Gibson fumbles, he will bench him for a drive. He will bench him for a quarter. He will bench him for an entire half if he does that. So don't expect to see Gibson out there for this particular drive. But I believe Washington is going to go right down the field and score a touchdown on this drive. They need to. Eric Bieniemy knows this, so he's going to kind of draw up some plays to get them right down the field. That's my prediction, but they absolutely need to do that. So far, Joshua Dobbs is only 5 of 9 for 37 yards. That's just kind of what you expected from Joshua Dobbs so far this game.
Kevin Durant being one of the stars that there next to Joel Embiid as well there in the booth. I'm interested in seeing what people think is going to happen on this drive. So make sure you comment on there.
Who is the guy next? Who's the guy talking to Durant? Is that the Fanatics guy? If anybody's watching that and they know, is that the super duper rich, powerful Fanatics owner? I think that is.
Washington got first and 10 here after the Antonio Gibson fumble.
All right.
49 of the Cardinals.
All right, let's do something.
In shotgun, looking to pass, gets this one away. This one goes to Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin fights his way, depending on the mark here, but it looks like we've got another Washington. First down.
First down. Let's go. Nice play. That's what they need to do. Stop with these long, drawn-out plays a la Scott Turner. Let's go with these quick plays to your playmakers and get them in space and let them eat. Let them do what they do best.
Here we go. Sam Howell in shotgun. Brian Robinson is going to fake the handoff. Sam Howell is putting a foot in the dirt and looking to run here.
It looked like they wanted to throw a quick screen out to McLaurin, but it was very well defended. And there was no secondary option on that play. So Sam just did what he needed to do, and he just went forward as quick as he could. And that brings up a 2nd and long now, 2nd and 10. From the 37, I believe.
Yep, 2nd and 10 there for Washington. It is at the 37-yard line. Jahan Dotson going out wide. Logan Thomas at slot there. Sam Howell looking his way, goes across the middle, and this one is behind Terry McLaurin, and thank goodness
that wasn't intercepted.
The defensive back there was not paying attention because that was a throw to him.
That was a bad pass. That's the first bad pass that I've seen from him because Terry was wide open.
Yeah,
wide open and threw it behind.
EP's claiming the second. We'll have to hear it, but yeah, Thompson was focused on hitting Terry McLaurin and not the ball. If he was focused on the ball, he would have had the opportunity to intercept it here. We do see Antonio Gibson back in here.
Interesting. If they don't get this, this is a 51-yard field goal.
Sam Howell's going to get sacked, and now Washington
Oh!
is going backwards.
Wow, that could have been a penalty.
Yeah,
He
it
threw
looked
him
like
down.
he was trying to suplex
Yeah.
Gardeck there, trying to suplex Sam Howell.
I'm
Things
glad
just
that
not
wasn't
going Washington's way right now.
I'm glad that was not a penalty because it shouldn't be, but I've seen it called as a penalty. He picked him up and threw him down. And actually, if who was that? Sadiq Charles wasn't there to kind of catch Sam, he probably would have gotten a penalty on that.
It's going to be fair caught right about the 12-yard line for Arizona, as Washington unable to get anything going on offense here.
Well,
so not the drive that you were thinking.
Yeah, they had that. The first play was a quick out to Terry in space, and let him work for a first down. That was great. The second play, they tried to also do a quick play, but it wasn't there. But then that third pass where Terry was wide open and Howell threw it behind him, that kind of doomed him on that particular drive. And then, of course, the sack on the last one. And now they've got to dig in on defense again.
And Kevin, this is what we talked about for Washington. Even if they walk away from this with the W, if it's not a dominant victory, people are going to really question how Washington is doing, as we see Connor run off to the left-hand side there and get himself about 4 yards. This is a very frustrating game to watch. Lots of excitement coming from Washington side before the game, and they're not capitalizing on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the turnovers for sure that's causing Arizona to even be in this game. But offensively, they haven't been very sharp. Definitely not running the ball.
Dobbs is going to be under center. Ball is at the 16-yard line now. Dobbs going to fake the handoff. He's looking for a quick pass. Does get this one away before getting lit up. This is Zach Ertz with a first down for Arizona. And if they're that's McBride with the first down.
Good block by, I believe it was Rondale Moore on the outside once Ertz caught it.
McBride.
Or else he would have been tackled right away. And I guess that's not Rondale.
It was McBride. Yeah, it was McBride who caught that one.
Block. Oh, yeah, McBride. But still, the block was what got him to the first down.
Block was good. McBride able to get to the outside, get a first down. Ball is now going to be at the 26-yard line. So big gain there for Arizona. Again, a fake handoff. Dobbs looking to throws this one up to a wide open McBride for another Arizona first down. Just wide open.
Good protection for Dobbs as he
Dobbs having some time looking, and Smith Williams getting a little love tap in at the end, but damage was already done there.
Arizona's moving it now.
13-yard reception is what they're giving McBride there. It's going to be a
little wildcat
action. Arizona not getting back behind Casey Toohill.
They lined up in a wildcat as Josh Dobbs was off to the left. They faked the handoff, and Toohill was there to meet him behind the line for a loss of 3. Got to take advantage of this now that they have a 2nd and 13.
Yeah, they are still in Arizona territory.
Down a 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning here with Arizona driving. 2 turnovers for Washington, giving Arizona the ability to stay in this game. Just frustrating here from Washington's side.
They've gotten a lot better offensively in this quarter. Washington has, but they're still at the point now where they're either turning the ball over or not taking advantage of field position. I mean, they started that drive at the 49 of Arizona and started to move down the field and ended up punting. That's not great. Got a first down and ended up punting.
EP bringing up Casey Toohill looking good today. Casey Toohill getting extended action because Chase Young is out, and Chase Young probably going to be out until the third game of the season. So Casey Toohill making the most of his time. Cranky here. Quantum Cranky saying pick 6 coming for Washington. Would love to see that happen. Get Emmanuel Forbes his first interception.
Eric saying that maybe Washington should have called a timeout there with 2:17 remaining defensively to save a little bit of time. I think there's probably some validity to that, but if you stop them here on this next play, then you are 100% calling timeout to try and get the ball back with some time on the clock. And that calls for a bio break.
Bio break for Stoner as he heads out there as we're waiting out this 2-minute warning. Washington with all 3 of their timeouts, Cardinals with 2 timeouts to work with. So you're Arizona, if they get a first down, probably not going to take the timeout, wanting to draw this one out, take off as much time as possible. Flip side of that, Washington Commanders, if they get a stop, absolutely wanting to take that timeout and give Sam Howell and the offense at least something in an attempt to put on some more more time on the clock for Sam Howell and more points against these Arizona Cardinals. Washington started this game off on offense, so Cardinals playing to double dip right now. And that is what we're going for there, as we see some of the hog farmers out there showing off it's not a logo, it's a rating for the Cowboys hate material there. Dobbs is going to fake handoff. He's going to get this quick pass out there, and it is easily stopped by our man Cam Curl, bringing up a 3rd and long here for Arizona. That was in marked down. We've got the clock stopped at 1:55. So they're going to say that he was tackled.
Sorry. No, he called timeout.
There we go. There's the timeout by Washington. I was waiting to see it.
I was sitting there going, timeout. They called the timeout, and you were like, I don't know why the clock stopped. I'm like, timeout. Oh, I'm muted.
I figured that they were going to call the timeout, but I didn't see the graphic come up, so I wanted to wait. I am loving the new scoreboard for us here, and I love the ease of use on it.
Pretty awesome.
And I know that some of the fans from our Baltimore game liked the possession arrow, but that was a lot for me to keep up with.
Right. All right.
I'm busy watching the game here. 2 timeouts left. It is 3rd and 9, 1:55 to go on the clock. Ball is at about the 39-yard line here for Arizona here. They quickly get the snap off, void that. We got probably a holding penalty. Jonathan Allen unable to bring Dobbs. Dobbs now running out of bounds. Please, Defoe. Ooh. Dobbs trying to jump over Defoe, and Derek Forrest was standing right up and just up into Dobbs here.
So do you decline this? Because he went out of bounds. The clock stops. If you decline it, it's 4th down. Now it's only like 4th and 2. Or do you go with 3rd and 20? I get to run another play.
Yeah, they're going to replay the down here, and I think that's probably right, because you don't want to give them those extra. That was Casey Toohill getting thrown to the ground here. Jonathan Allen making a lunging effort, and then Derek Forrest knows exactly what he's doing here. He stands right up and just and even backs up a little bit, taking Dobbs down to the ground here. Now it's going to be 3rd and 20, 1:47 to go.
I might have declined that.
Now, no, you definitely don't. Now you can take the timeout here, and on a 4th down, you're 1:40 left to go here.
All right, so that's their second timeout. So they still have a timeout, and they're going to get the ball back with about 1:30 to go. So we'll see where they end up, but good defensive stand there for Washington.
Yeah, I think that was an excellent job. And I like taking that penalty and moving them back, and then
I might have declined it.
What would that have been? 4th and 2?
Been about 4th and 2, 4th and 3, but you save yourself those 10 seconds and a timeout because he was out of bounds. Well, I guess, because they would have punted it and you would have had it with 2 timeouts rather than 1 and an extra probably 9 seconds.
Yeah,
we'll see
or,
if those
you,
9
or
seconds
you allow
in that
them to get a
timeout.
first down because it's such a short line of gain as the punt
That's
is
fair.
away. Jamison Crowder is backing up. He catches this one and he's trying to field it. He does get past the first set of tacklers.
Look out behind
Now
you.
He moves forward. Not in
That
love.
was nice.
Not in love. He got 3 yards off of that, Stoner.
Yeah, but he could have had negative 3 yards off of it.
He could have just fair caught it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think he got more than 3 yards out of that, didn't he?
It was a lot of running and a lot. You're talking about not taking the time out to save like 9 seconds.
Yeah.
And
That was
that just
12
took
seconds.
time off the clock.
Yep. But all right.
Washington's going to start this one from their 12-yard line. Sam Howell in shotgun. He is definitely looking to pass here. This one's going to get away to Jahan Dotson for a Washington.
First down. Nice play, nice pass, nice protection. Dotson wide open. Excellent play up to the 26-yard line.
Yep. Open middle field here as the clock is ticking. Sam Howell again launching this one out. Terry McLaurin was the target. It is broken up by Wilson.
I don't hate that. Stop the
Marco
clock.
Wilson there with some good coverage against Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, I don't hate that. It's basically the same thing as spiking the ball.
Yep.
So it's now second down. But Sam looks very comfortable back there. I will say that. He doesn't look rattled. And we've talked about that throughout.
Yeah, even after getting his head rattled and that interception. Here's the quick pass to Logan Thomas in his hands and out of his hands.
All right. I'm only going to say this once, Nathan. So I don't know if you want to hit the record button or something. EP was right. That's it. I'm never saying it again.
EP watching here on the sidelines of the Perry household. 3rd and 10 now for Washington. Now you got a minute on the clock. Now, if you don't get a first down, now you're allowing Arizona to try. Sam Howell squirting the ball out, and this is going to be
that's a touchdown.
for Arizona.
What just happened?
What in the hell just happened? Oh my God, this is a disaster.
This is the second turnover for Sam Howell as he looks to run past the sack, tries to move the ball from one hand to the other, and does not secure it. Arizona scoop and score. I gotta update the score now.
Now what do you do? There's 55 seconds left. You still got the timeout. Are you going to put Sam back there to turn the freaking ball over again? How many turnovers is that for Sam? That's 2?
2 turnovers for Sam Howell, 3 for Washington.
That's 10 direct points to Sam Howell turnovers.
Wiley unable to stop the incoming linebacker. I have EP over here. Probably can't hear her because I have my mic turned down low enough because I'm loud. Saying put Jacoby Brissett in.
That's not get crazy now, but I hear you.
This is rough.
I can't believe we're losing to the Arizona Cardinals. I can't believe it.
Yeah, Washington's going to have a second half of the ages to wash this bad taste out of our mouth. Like I don't think even if with a W, I'm walking away very happy about how this has started. They have to have like a Doug Williams second quarter, right? just put up 35 points in one quarter. It's the only way, as Gibson is going to try to return this one, and he's going to get swallowed up before the 20.
They're jumping around down there.
6 seconds off the clock there. I think this is just some frustration coming out from Washington. Washington's just got punched in the mouth. Yeah, and now we'll have to see how they respond.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Someone earlier had posted, I think it was Ranchi had posted that Twitter saying Sam Howell is Baker Mayfield without the commercials. That was a comparison a lot of people were making early on for Sam Howell, that his ceiling could be a Baker Mayfield. Sam Howell looking to pass. He does get this one out to Curtis Samuel for a Washington first down.
First down.
Oh, goodness. Yep. Adversity has entered the chat. You're right, Michael. Here is it's going to be 1st and 10. Sam Howell looking to pass. Gets this one aired out well over the head of Jahan Dotson. 25 seconds left to go here. You want to walk away with at least 3 points, right? Like, show some.
I think that's a little. I don't know what the right word is.
Optimistic.
It's a little wishful thinking there. There's 25 seconds left. They're at like the 30-yard line.
Still have a timeout.
This is unbelievable right now.
You got Antonio Gibson in the backfield. Sam Howell going to uncork this one to the middle. That is Logan Thomas catching the pass. Running to the line of scrimmage, but they are going to go ahead and take their timeout here.
All right, so 19 seconds left. They're in plus territory now. We got a little bit of a sweat here going that they could possibly get there.
Clutch saying stop throwing to Logan Thomas. Hard to argue that one.
Well, he caught that one, so
yeah, that's he's got 6 targets and 3 catches now, so he's 50% catch rate at this point.
So 19 seconds left. If they do complete this one in bounds, they need to get up and spike it right away. And if it's close enough, try and kick it. And if not, a Hail Mary into the end zone.
Troy
would like to know
right now for Sam Howell, trying to tack on some more there. I love the calling Logan Thomas 50-50. We call him decidedly mediocre.
All right, so they are at the 44-yard line of Arizona. So they need a good
still some time on the clock here. Arizona not bringing anybody. That is broken up,
almost intercepted
by Wallace.
Say what it is.
Absolutely launched himself at this ball. Again, that's going to be. This is actually Cole Turner with the target, and
they're just playing so deep right now that they're just coming up on any of these passes and either
that was a really well thrown ball. It was just very obvious where they're going as the field goal range markers on the screen now. 2nd and 10. Sam Howell launches this one. This is caught by Curtis Samuel, who does
get out of
bounds. 8 seconds left on the clock now.
You got a chance for one play.
You got one play
to try and get in the end zone. Great
one
throw.
Play here is Curtis Samuel able to bring this one down and then gets tackled out of bounds.
I thought he was going to try and cut it back inside, and I was going to murder him, but luckily he did go out of bounds. So you got one shot at the end zone. I think he's just going to kind of throw it away. It's going to be one of those, unless somebody's like super wide open. You
have to be open, and it either has to fall incomplete or be a touchdown. There is no in between here. As Sam Howell is going to roll out to his right. He's looking. He's taking a lot of time, and he's going to just throw this one out.
You see that one coming a mile away.
Yeah. 3 seconds left on the clock here for the field goal.
It's obviously hindsight, but would have been nice to have those seconds back that Gibson took on that kick return. Right? If Gibson had just caught it in the end zone and kneeled down,
90% of the time, I am not happy with kickoff returns. This is going to be a 30-yard attempt here by Joey Sly, who struggles with those shorter ones. So let's do the broadcaster jinx here and see how this goes. As the snap was not great. That one's in there for the 3. And we've got ourselves the end of the half as well. So Washington going into, we got some extra here. Let's look at this snap here. Again, hits the ground. Tressway able to bring this in. It does go through the uprights.
Yeah, I heard him say penalty
goal is good. Washington going into halftime down 13-10 against the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Not the way we wanted to start this one.
Man. Although I will say, Nathan, you kind of said that, is there a chance that they can go down and get a field goal? And I didn't think there was, and they did. So they did a nice job of moving the ball down the field. Howell had a couple of really nice throws to get them into field goal range, and 13-10 is not as bad as 13-7. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, as TJ points out, there's 3 turnovers for Washington, only to be down 3 points. That could be considered a win in of itself, but things are going to have to turn around in the second half. Washington's going to need some don't sleep energy to kind of wake up and be great.
When I'm live streaming Commanders games with my boys on Ref the District, I got to keep my energy level up, way up, over 100 at all times.
Go! Kick 6, baby! Get in there! Yes, sir! That's a pick! That's a pick!
And the best way to do that is with the official energy drink of Ref the District, Don't Sleep Energy Drink.
Don't Sleep supports those who believe in themselves. Head on over to don'tsleepenergy.com and enter the discount code DISTRICT to get 10% off your entire order. That's code DISTRICT to get 10% off at don'tsleepenergy.com.
Don't sleep makes you great. Let's go.
All right, appreciate you all who have stuck with us so far through this game. 13-10, Cardinals lead the Commanders at halftime at FedEx Field. We're going to go over a few stats here right now first, and then we're going to get into all you guys who have questions that you want to talk about here at halftime. But first of all, let's just say this. Washington is dominating this game offensively as they have 171 yards, total yards, to Arizona's 117. Of course, the problem is the turnovers. Washington has those 3 massive turnovers. One, which of course Arizona returned for a touchdown, and of course the other one they turned into a field goal. So that's really the biggest difference. Now Washington, 24 pass attempts for Sam Howell in the first half. He's on pace for 48 throws. Is that what you want your quarterback, your inexperienced quarterback, to be doing in this first game, is throwing the ball 48 times? No, you definitely don't. He's 15 of 24 for 169 yards, the 1 touchdown and the 1 pick. And of course, he has the 4 sacks. A couple of those are running out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage sacks, but of course, the big one being the one that he ended up fumbling for their touchdown. Brian Robinson has 4 carries. 4 carries in the first half. 4. Gibson 3, Samuel 1, Howell 1, and Chris Rodriguez Jr. has 1. They have 35 rushing yards on 10 attempts. That's not going to do it. Joshua Dobbs on the other side is 8 of 12 for 63 yards. That's pathetic. But again, it all comes down to those turnovers. So let's talk about some things, what you guys want to talk about. I'm looking here in the chat. Again, appreciate all of you in the chat. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Appreciate you. And if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. All right, so let's look at a few things here. As Yam says, turnovers were our problem last year and the year before that, et cetera, et cetera. That's the problem of bad teams. Just like Arizona was doing some things with the penalties, that's also what a bad team does. But you're right, Yam. Turnovers are a major issue. Defensively, they're not causing enough turnovers either. So that's something that they brought in Emmanuel Forbes to do. That's why they spent a first-round draft pick on a defender when they already had a top 10 defense. But turnovers, as M. Jones says, turnovers will absolutely kill you. As we talked about with the how many rushes that this team has. B-Rob and C-Rod need to combine 20 carries by the end of the game. Right now, combined, they have 5. Agree with you. Absolutely need to run the ball a whole lot more, as Patriot Clips agrees with you also. Not going to time out Michael Paul, MG. We know who you are. We know your drill by now. As long as you don't say anything personal, you can say whatever you like in here. Tommy T says, Arizona knew we were going to run the ball. Well, if the plan was to offset that by throwing it 24 times in the first half, then they did. But they haven't been super successful throwing the ball. I mean, he's got 169 yards, but obviously those turnovers. Paul says, we will do better next half. Let's hope so, Paul. This is true from Nathan Floor. We were strong in the second half last year compared to the last decades. This was a second half team last year, 100%. We have to give Ron his credit that he knows how to make adjustments at halftime. Second half was how Washington did very well last year. As Alex is also saying the same thing, we are a second half team. We don't know if this team is a second half team. That's the problem. Ron is a second half coach. But is this team a second half team? We're going to see for sure. Let's see. I like, yeah, we're not going to time out MG, Michael Paul, but you guys can do that if you want to. But yeah, we won't do it unless he says anything personal. Michael Stahl is saying in the line, the enemy knows it. As Nathan comes back. Nathan, we just we went over the halftime stats, and now we're just going through the chat, talking about certain topics that everybody's bringing up. Allison is saying, how's the run blocking? How are the running backs doing aside from the fumbles? Well, as we said, they have 10 carries. Washington does. And 24 pass attempts. So who knows how they're doing?
Yeah, well, no, I mentioned this earlier, right? So Washington last year, it's not like they had great success on the ground. They just had consistent pushing on the ground. You have Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson who were earning less than 4 yards per carry. So that's not a good run game. That's just we're going to keep doing this 3 yards in a pile of dirt until you can stop it. Occasionally they had some good runs. We talked about Brian Robinson moving piles. Antonio Gibson in space can, pick up some yards, but Antonio Gibson hasn't had explosive runs since his rookie year. And Brian Robinson hasn't had any explosive runs. In fact, I believe Washington as a team last year had the least amount of explosive plays, which I believe are 20-yard runs and 40-yard passes. They're just not they weren't an offense last year that had a lot of explosive plays. I do expect that to change this year with Eric Bieniemy, but that is as far as the run game's concerned, run blocking wasn't a strength of theirs. It just happened to be what they did most often. There's been time to pass. Sam Howell has 2 early turnovers. Let's see if he can't bounce back. Do get the ball to Brian Robinson. Although now you're playing it's only down 3 points, but you're not playing with the lead. You can't sit there and run the ball, 40 times now. Commandalorian Gibby has explosive fumbles. Again, fumbling wasn't an issue last year. It wasn't an issue his rookie year. He had 6 fumbles, all lost, which is why we remember them. But just kind of a downer there for Washington. HT Sam looks good despite not liking to throw the ball out. Yeah, he's got to learn to just toss that ball away and try it again the next time instead of scrambling for a yard. I can understand if it's there, right? If there's a 5 yards to gain, run for those 5 yards. But he's trying to run for 1 yard, or in some cases, he's taken a sack because he ran for -1 yards. Just toss the ball away. I do think Washington bounces back. I mean, they cannot lose this game. If they lose this game, you're going to lose the rest of them. I mean, you can't afford. This was the layup.
If you don't win this game, who can you beat? Who are the teams left on the schedule that you can say, oh yeah, we can beat that team? If you can't beat Arizona, you can't beat anybody.
Yeah, you're going to go to Mile High and beat Denver. Then the Buffalo Bills come to town. Then you go to the Link up in Philadelphia. I know they've had some success over the last few years against Philadelphia in Philadelphia, but that could be a real rough start to the year if you don't get things mixed, if you don't get things together. Now, let's not get too far to overreaction Monday here on a Sunday. There's still a whole second half to play. And just because this game's going awry doesn't mean next week will.
Well, look at this. Baltimore leads Houston 7-6 at halftime. Cleveland leads Cincinnati 10-0 at halftime. Cincinnati has 0 points. Tampa Bay and Minnesota are tied 10-10. Those 3 games right there were all supposed to be basically layups for those teams as well. So, and there's just not a lot of offense right now. If you look at all the scores across the league, 9-6 for Tennessee, New Orleans, 7-7 in the third quarter for Carolina, Atlanta. Jacksonville's up 14-7, and San Fran is up 20-0 in the second. So that's where most of the scoring is. But scoring is not up right now. Maybe it's a limited preseason. Maybe it's offenses are just not getting enough reps during the preseason and training camp because of all the lack of hitting and lack of games and all of that. So it's going to take these teams, I guess, a little while to get going.
Yeah, Kansas City lost to the Detroit Lions 21-20. It's to further your point there. Just not a lot of scoring going on. Alex, James, EE, all talking about how week 1 is always weird. You got some rust that you got to kind of work out, and teams, you're looking at tape from last year, but there's going to be changes. In this case, Washington's going up against a first-year coach with a guy who's got 3 career starts on his hands. So, there's not a lot of tape out there to kind of work yourself on. Now, what Washington has done this first half is they've beaten themselves. You might not have tape on the other guy. You might not know what the other coach is going to do offensively or even defensively, but you've coughed up the ball 3 times, 1 interception, 2 fumbles, and you just can't do that. Washington, if not for that fumble returned for a touchdown, would be up, but you'd still look at this as a overall bad start to the season in the first half here as Joey Sly gets ready to kick it off in your third quarter. Make sure I update our And as Joey Sly does, this one hits the inside of the Commander's end zone, and Arizona will be starting the second half at the 25-yard line. Second half adjustments, Stoner. How good do you think Washington will be with those second half adjustments? You are muted, sir. This is what happens with a shortened preseason, even on Ref the District.
That's right.
You have this kind of mistakes there.
Well, we talked about it real quick when you were away, is that last year Washington was a second half team, made adjustments. Is this year's team one of those?
Dobbs with some time to throw. He does end up finding Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, with the first down reception there for Arizona. Picked up about 12 yards here as we listen to Christina Pink on the sideline.
Oh, man. I'm nervous now. Before I wasn't
so
really
Washington
nervous.
with the turnovers. Yeah, I told you coming this morning I was just nervous for some reason. Washington with turnovers killing themselves. Arizona's been the penalties as we get a strong run here by Connor. Arizona looking for both a face mask and a
high hit
there. Late hit or tall hit or head-to-head hit.
Well, they're going fast.
Yeah. They're trying to move the ball. They're running a little up-tempo offense as Dobbs fakes the handoff, almost gets that one taken down from him, but Wilson able to catch this one for another first down for Arizona.
Curl was coming off the edge on a blitz and just missed get to Dobbs before he released it, which was a nice pass and a nice completion.
Benjamin St. Juste was in coverage there.
But just like that,
both feet down there. Now Arizona's in Washington territory.
Audible for Dobbs.
Dobbs, empty backfield, dumps it off quick and early, and Cody Barton on the tackle of Zach Ertz. Cam Curl in there to help as well. Dobbs only 10 for 14, 89 yards before that pass play there. So it's not like Dobbs is lighting it up.
All right, Quantum, I hear you. I'm back. Let's go. Let's crank it back up. I had me a little Don't Sleep energy drink and some grapes. I'm ready. Let's go.
Dobbs, empty backfield here. Ball at the 38-yard line of Washington. It is going to be away and almost by Percy Butler. Percy Butler in coverage there.
Should have had
Dobbs looking right at Ertz, and Percy Butler almost gets the first turnover for Washington.
Watch John Allen. Get up. Oh, they didn't show it very well. Oh, he ran the route for him.
Yeah,
and
this was just what was amazing is you see Percy Butler talking to Benjamin St. Juste, and Percy Butler looked like he was frustrated about something and still ends up nearly making a play there. 3rd and 5, ball out quickly. Marquise Brown catching this one.
Good play. First down for Arizona.
Those quick passes are hard to stop there.
They're hard to defend.
Kendall Fuller in coverage and was already in process of tackling Hollywood Brown.
Barely caught that too.
It's going to be 1st and 10 here for Arizona. Dobbs looking to get the screenplay. There is some open space for Connor, who makes the first down, gets tackled by Cam Curl.
Where are they at? The 19?
Yeah, they're now officially in the red zone. Dobbs now 13 for 18, 114 yards. Got 1st and 10 here, under 12 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. So this drive's taken up some time, and it's also being very, very productive here for Arizona.
And
this drive's 5 for 6, 51 yards. Connor in the backfield. Dobbs looking for this one. Passes it quickly out to Mondale Moore, who only gets a few yards off this as Kendall Fuller and Benjamin St. Juste quick to tackle.
Well, they have decided they're not going to run the ball anymore because they know they can't. So they're throwing it, and they've got the quick game going, like you said, and they're just moving it right down the field now at the 18-yard line of Washington. Washington's defense needs to step up here and force a field goal attempt to stay in this game, because if Arizona goes up 10 points here, that's gonna be tough to come back from.
2nd and 9 now. Under center is Dobbs. In motion is Mondale Moore. It's going to be a fake handoff, then a quick shovel pass, but absolutely stuffed there. Cody Barton and Anderson in on the stuff here to bring up a 3rd and long. Anderson just demolishing it looked like he started off at a double team and then just takes the guard and is just like, yeah, no, you right here, Connor, not going anywhere. Good to see that from a guy who initially didn't make the 53, brought on. Now it's 3rd and 11.
All right, got to have a stop here from the 19.
In motion, bringing 3 receivers at the top of your screen. Dobbs looking to his left, though.
Oh, they picked it up.
This one's too high. That's Emmanuel Forbes in coverage.
All right.
Marquise Brown. Dobbs not happy with something.
Nice job. Bend, but don't break. That was just a bad pass. He had plenty of room, and he just didn't throw it on time or on target.
I think the pressure got to Dobbs there, and he made the quick decision and just a bad throw.
They broke the chain gang.
The yard marker is broken. They're going to have to get this one replaced here. As it crumples under Hollywood Brown.
Back in my day, those yard markers were metal.
Yeah,
if you ran into them, that thing was not bending and like that.
You were bending around that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I remember those. They've injured players here and there, but wow.
Back in your day, they also had the field goal post at the front of the end zone, not the back. It's going to be a 37-yard attempt here for Matt Prater, who's already made one from 28 and one from 54.
I was real excited when we finally got our leather helmets. This is an easy one.
This should be a gimme here for Prater in Arizona. It is up and away 3 points there for Arizona to make this 16-10.
But look, what they did there defensively is they struggled a little bit at the beginning of the drive. But they toughened up when they got into the red zone and forced a field goal to keep it a 1-score game. So now all you got to do is go down and score a touchdown, and next thing you know, you're in the lead. So that was really important for them to stop that. Really important. And they did.
Yeah, so Rondell Moore, as I'm being corrected, by the way, as well. So, Mondale?
Yeah, you kept calling him Mondale, and I kept chuckling every time. But.
Yeah, good times here and the opening Ref the District play-by-play and commentary. If you're watching, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well. We bring you this every game that Washington plays. It's a lot of fun here.
Yeah, it is interesting to note that of course, that Percy Butler missed interception. That's really the second missed interception that they've had in this game. Curl should have had one down at the goal line. Mm-hmm. Arizona is not missing those opportunities.
Yep.
They're taking those turnovers and they're turning them into points, which obviously Washington is not doing. That's a huge difference in this game. Unfortunately, we gotta have a good drive here. You cannot go 3 and out, and you cannot go pass, go sit on the bench. You've got to establish the run. I know it's the second half. You're only down 1 score. Establish that run.
Well, I have to bring back the game because I accidentally hit the clicker.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
are we going to be unsynced again?
Probably. We'll see how it works. How quickly I can get it back here. And commercial break here.
Good tweet by one of my favorite follows, not Robert Griffin. He said, several defensive backs are honoring Carlos Rogers today, it seems. All those dropped INTs.
Yeah. Yeah, the Cam Curl one I think is forgivable, as that one was like a diving play and everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be fair to Percy Butler, there's a reason why he plays defense and not offense. But I mean, you got to make he ran that route. He had it completely covered here. as it looks like there might be some sprinkling at the game as we're seeing the ponchos being brought out.
Oh,
yeah, there is definitely some rain.
Oh, yeah.
And this was one of those things that had me worried, Stoner, was weather can be an equalizer.
It absolutely can. But again, another reason to establish the run.
Antonio Gibson letting this one go back. It is pouring down.
Oh, man.
I was told, Stoner, the rain was gone away.
Hey, I can only tell you what I'm told. and I was told that it looked clear for the game. It was going to rain before. It was probably going to rain after.
I don't want Bieniemy to change his style. These players have to understand the offense. I think we're still headed in the right direction. Let's head in the right direction. This one, as Sam Howell gives up the easy pass, gets this one over to Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas holding on to it. Nick Gates showing some of that nastiness.
That was legal.
It was legal, as much as the Arizona players want to complain about that. By the way, how are you, the Arizona players, going to complain about late hits anyways?
I know, right? We've had a number of them and a couple more that could possibly have been. Yeah, it's pouring down rain there.
Yeah, it's
great.
It does not look like it's going to be letting up.
They're still having a heated conversation.
Even Charles Leno getting in there, probably saying the same thing I am. How are you going to be upset?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, HT. It is absolutely time to run the ball.
Pinball.
2nd and 4, 6-yard gain there for Logan Thomas. It is just a straight downpour now. Not a sprinkle.
Yeah, this is an equalizer.
This can take away the crowd as well here as Ryan Robinson runs forward for what I believe is a Washington first down.
He runs hard. He does run hard.
He absolutely does. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're upset about here. They're all asking about it. They're like, he can't do that, can he? You can't hit a quarterback up high either. And yet here we are. Sam Howell in shotgun. Brian Robinson runs out to his right. Sam Howell dumps this one down. Easy pass and catch between him and Jahan Dotson.
We got about 4 on that. 4 or 5 on that. This is not
5
fun for
yards
receivers either. 5 yards. All right, good.
PNW Trout Slayer. Don't know why Brian Robinson got the ball when Antonio Gibson fumbled it away. I think that Scott Turner might have had something to say about that, right? Like that's what we've seen. So Brian Robinson here plowing forward and over for another Washington first down.
First down. This is what they need to do. This is what they need to do from the beginning. They start wearing this Cardinals defense down. Now, the Cardinals have been out there for a lot more plays defensively, so maybe that will start taking effect here in the second half, being the first full game that anybody's played in forever.
You can see the crowd is late to come back, I'm hoping, from halftime here as Brian Robinson takes this one to the left side for just about a yard.
Yeah, I was going to mention that earlier about during kickoff. It looked like half the fans either left or they're in the long lines at the potty or they were getting themselves some nachos. So 2nd and 9 now. All right, let's go.
Logan Thomas motioning behind the wide receiver there. And Sam Howell holds on the ball too long and takes another sack.
His 5th sack.
Going to be 3rd and long. And this one to me is Sam Howell holding the ball too long.
Yeah, for sure.
He's just gotta let this go. Oh, I said that. I mean, he held on to the ball too long, but I did not expect a free rusher like that. Nobody blocked him. I think even Watkins here was surprised that stunt worked so well that nobody was blocking him. So now we got 3rd and 15.
Screen. It's going
to be a fake handoff. Sam Howell's now going to try to squirt away. He does get some extra yards here. He's not going to get a first down. There is a flag. It's probably holding.
Where's the flag? Offensive backfield or defensive backfield? It looks like
showing white
everybody's
here.
It's going to be on Washington. You can tell body language from everybody.
Cosme hands on hips here. They're talking to the Arizona coaching staff, so and it's going to be holding. And there's no way they allowed them to. They're going to take it, and they're going to replay 3rd down.
Well, what that does is it gives the opportunity for a defensive penalty.
Yeah. I'm surprised they went this way.
If there was one thing that everybody harped on about Sam Howell is that he's taking too many sacks. He's taken 5. That could have been a sack on that one.
So here you go. 3rd and 25. Ball is at the 32-yard line. Washington hoping for a big play or another sack is what happens. Only up 6 points, but the Arizona defense is just teeing off against this line here as Sadiq Charles gets mowed over and is holding his ankle.
Yeah, his shoe's gone. Maybe that's all it was his shoes.
Yeah. Tressway back to punt. Tressway knocks this one deep. This is returnable.
Push in the back.
Nowhere to go as a sea of white jerseys stop this return here. Don't get too excited there, Christian Holmes and Jeremy Reeves. Still have to do the job on defense for Washington. Arizona up 6 points here in the 3rd quarter. This game not going the way Washington wanted it to.
Talk to me, Cranky Coley. I forgot the name already.
Yeah, Cranky got to get in here. Ricardo, I think they bench Howell before he gets out of hand. I don't.
He could throw 3 more interceptions, and unless the game is out of hand, they're not. He's not. They're not.
He's going to go through it. Yeah, he's going to play through all of this. They want to see him bounce back. They want to see him handle this adversity.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gus Bus bringing up Chris Paul's inactive. So if Sadiq Charles cannot continue, you're going to see some more of Ricky Stromberg or Tyler Larson.
Yep. Is that 6 sacks now? 2 on that drive?
6 sacks, yeah.
Good Lord.
Long day at the office for Sam Howell.
We're going to be out of the
a little bit more difficult on himself as these. That's probably what we'll end up breaking down for the day after reckoning, Stoner. I want to look at each of those sacks.
Got it.
Yep, that's what I want to look at. Is it on Sam Howell? Is it on the offense? I think that's what we're going to do. What we do here on Ref the District, if you're new to watching us, is we break down the game. We call it the day after reckoning, and that will be out tomorrow at 7:30. However, today we are starting something new, and you're going to get our instant reaction. They'll be out later today. Pretty much as soon as we record it, we'll push it out there. But that'll be our instant reaction and our thoughts on it. But after we sleep on it and we get some game tape and watch it, we'll bring you the day after reckoning and really talk to you about, what we think happened during the game. We'll still probably be mad then, by the way, as it is just absolutely wet out there. I wonder how many fans. It looks like there's several fans that were smart enough to bring some rain gear,
ponchos.
But I think a lot probably were lulled into a false security there as we got to run out to the right-hand side there. Connor having a lot of space. I'm sorry, on the left-hand side as the pitch goes for a first down for Arizona. Now Connor's starting to get going. He's got 8 rushes for 40 yards. Remember, he was 5 for 17.
Yeah.
Which means he has 3 rushes for 23 yards now in the second half. That is not good for Washington here as we got I formation. Dobbs is going to hand this off to Connor. Connor having some space on the right-hand side, but getting tackled after he gains about 6 there, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're going to do now, right? They've got the lead. They're going to bleed the clock, and they're going to try and run it as much as possible. Lordy. Here we go now.
Defense has to create a turnover here.
There's 4 minutes left.
Yeah, I know. They've been bleeding the clock here. Even with that quick play to start the half, Washington trying to say that there was an offsides. Now we're going to get the flag. Now we're going to get the offsides call.
They might get defense. Oh, okay. He saw it from.
Yeah, that was fairly late.
The back judge came all the way up and made that call.
He was running. He was like, no, you're right. That was an offsides. That was a funny thing to watch there. McBride being called with a false start.
The line judge who's standing right there, whose sole job before the play starts.
He flinched, and he had all 3 are pointing at McBride, and they're just waiting. Like, how is this not called? He definitely flinched here.
All right, so now we back to
I formation. Connor going to get the handoff. Connor going to go up the middle, and Connor's going to get stuffed after about 2 yards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Commanders up there at that line of scrimmage. Excuse me, sorry. Couldn't get to my mute button quick enough.
Robert, you're right. We said Arizona was the worst team in football. This is game 1, and there's still plenty of time, so let's not get ahead of ourselves.
And they still are. Well, they could be the second worst team in football.
Let's go defense here on 3rd and 8.
Come on.
Dobbs in shotgun, looking to pass, gets this one away. This one is too high for Zach Ertz, and we've got ourselves 4th down.
4th down. All right, I like that one.
Yeah, I forgot to put this one out there for a 3rd and long situation. That was a very good pocket for Dobbs, who just throws this one too high there. It's going to be a punt. Jamison Crowder activated from the practice squad for this game as Dax Milne hit injury reserve. He is going to catch this one on the run. He is going to get immediately blasted, but
that's right. He still got 6-7 yards.
Yeah, I mean, he caught it on the run. He was definitely running forward there. Jamison Crowder is definitely looking to keep a spot on the 53. He doesn't want to be a game day active. He wants to activation from the practice squad. He wants to be on the 53.
Yeah. So there's 2:54 left in the 3rd quarter. They got the ball 1st and 10 at their own 20. I just need them to start running the ball, Nathan. I need some quick passes. This looks like Scott Turner's offense. Does it not look like Scott Turner's offense? He's just back there taking 5-7-step drops. What happened to these quick plays, these screens, these crossing patterns, all that stuff? Where is that?
Now, I don't.
He just keeps dropping back, and he's susceptible to the sack.
Yeah, I don't see Scott Turner's offense in this. What I do see,
you know what I mean? The play calling is all these long.
And see, that's what I'm saying. Though, I disagree with that, Stoner. I don't see. I'm not seeing the creativity that I was hoping we were going to see. I'll say that.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm not seeing bad play call. I am seeing some poor execution from both, the offensive line, the young QB. You've got Logan Thomas dropping passes. They're not clicking yet on offense. So
Nathan,
that part I see.
This is what you know, what you knew, what I knew, what everybody knew is that the struggles of this team is going to be the offensive line. And then it was up to Eric Bieniemy to scheme around that.
Yep.
Scheming around that is not having Sam Howell drop back 30 times, and we're not even to the fourth quarter yet. And then standing there and
time to
sacks.
pass. He's had time to pass.
He did in the first half.
The screens, the screens are not working. That is a
How many
Scott Turner
screens?
trade as well. Like
How many screens have they thrown today?
2 or
I don't know
3.
that they've thrown any.
They've thrown 2 or 3. He even called it. They've thrown a couple bubble screens. They've attempted to throw even more. Now we're tearing off the rain gear.
Yeah, it stopped raining. That's what I was saying on that punt. It looked like it had stopped raining.
I don't know that I would tear off the rain gear. Maybe just take it off. Sam Howell's got 1st and 10 here at about the 25-yard line here. He is going to look to his right. He is now going to avoid the sack, and now he's going to get he's going to go for a couple yards.
Holding.
Little slide action.
He
What
tried to
the
take his
heck
head
is
off.
that from 95?
He tried to take his head off.
He
If
did a
Sam
leg
did not-
block on his head.
That's going to be a holding, though. Stop with these long-ass pass plays.
Yeah, holding on Washington. That
It's
was
either
on
holding
Wyatt.
or a sack. Stop it already. This is. I know you want to defend him for some reason, but this is Scott Turner all over again. That's a total hold. Oh my
I
God,
love
that's
how
the worst
Collins,
holding
by the
ever.
way, gets his foot up and kicks Sam Howell forward. 95 from Arizona, putting a little leg lock around Sam Howell's neck. He's lucky Washington players didn't quite see that because that would have been bad. So here we go, 1st and 20 now. This is going to be a dump off screen and almost intercepted.
Terrible pass. Screen pass.
I'm just going to say if you ever have a screen intercepted, that it's never a good day. Robinson should have been able to bring this one down.
Yeah,
it wasn't going to go anywhere. But the fact that this is almost intercepted, very, very bad.
I can't wait to look back at that and see what he had in front of him. If he had open field, if he had just
I think he was going to get tackled. No, the guy diving for the ball there had an open shot.
So what is it? 2nd and 20
out here to Logan Thomas because 2nd and 20, and Arizona's just teeing off on Washington now. They know that this offensive line is not capable of stopping them. By the way, if Washington can't stop Arizona's defensive line, which is nothing special, by the way, they still have to face the Eagles, the Giants, and Dallas 6 times this season. 3rd and 20.
Even if he catches that, he's getting 2 yards.
Yeah. But at least it was the hot read.
Yeah, it was.
Sam Howell now looking to pass, now stepping up in the pocket, launches this one. Logan Thomas going to get back just past the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down. I love
They refuse to run the ball.
have a metric that they use, and one of the ways that it's calculated, right, is like, okay, it's Logan Thomas caught that ball and he fought for some extra yards and it looked pretty, but it didn't result in a 1st down. If it's 3rd down and he got 11 yards on it, like, sure, but that doesn't actually account for anything because it wasn't a 1st down. You need to get a 1st down on those kind of plays. Now we're going to have Arizona starting around the 40-yard line here.
Why do they refuse to run the ball? I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on.
The run game's not been there. The pass game's not been there.
Well, the run game, again.
Are you going to? How often are you going to run the ball when you're down 19-10?
It's 16-10.
How much are you going to run the ball down 19-10?
A lot.
You're not going to run the ball a lot 19-10.
Well, you haven't been down. Number one, you're not down 19-10. And even if you're down
right. Positivity here coming from Ref the District. You are going to run the ball a lot when you're up 17-16 after a pick six.
By the way, they have 13 rushes for 47 yards. Right now they have 13 for 47. So what is that? That's 3.6 yards per carry. Now, that ain't great, but it's way better than it was in the first half, where they ran the ball 5 times. And then now they've run it a total of 13 times. So they've run it 8 times in the second half. So keep doing that. I don't think my math is right on that. I think they ran it 10 times. So they've run it 3 times in the second half.
Yam asking not to wake up early for any more games. So Yam is in Japan. So these games are hard to watch when you're on.
It's either 2:20 a.m. or 3:20 a.m.
Yeah, it's rough out that way. Tommy T, penalties are killing drives. I mean, that one didn't even get off the ground thanks to the penalties. I mean, you're starting at 1st and 20.
Yep.
And then you're just not getting anything going. I get. Here's the problem, right? When it's 1st and 20 and you do a pass play and you don't get anything on it. Now you're at second and 20. Are you going to do a run play there to make it 3rd and, 15?
No. But how about not?
And then now you got 3rd and 20.
How about not throwing the ball on 1st and 10? How about running the ball instead of exposing a bad offensive line? How about that? Or a quarterback that I guess he just enjoys taking sacks. I guess he likes to have his name.
No, Stoner is no
lights.
longer on the Sam Howell train. It took us all off season to get Stoner to be a howler, and it took less than 3 quarters for him to turn on Sam Howell as Dobbs is under center here at the 40. He is going to hand it off, and Deron Payne swallowing this one up there. James Williams in on the tackle as well. Deron Payne's having a good game. I'm surprised we haven't called Jonathan Allen more often. Yeah. Let's watch what happens here. Is Jonathan Allen probably taking Jonathan Allen's taking a double team. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's important to have just studs across the line, right? Like, go ahead and double team Jonathan Allen. You're going to have to deal with Deron Payne. And that's why we want Chase Young back, right? Because go ahead and try to double team Montez Sweat. You'll have Chase Young. Double team Chase Young, and you'll have Montez Sweat. This one's also going nowhere as Jonathan Allen in on the James Smith-Williams there.
Yeah, he was the first guy in there, and then Jonathan Allen.
I
mean, they almost got the handoff. Watch Jonathan Allen.
Jonathan Allen blowing by everybody.
He went through 3 guys, and see James Smith-Williams from the outside was there.
Yeah, James Smith-Williams met him in the backfield, but Jonathan Allen literally ran through, I think, 3 Arizona players.
Now they got a 3rd and 15. No stupid penalties.
Oh, man. All right, defense, step it up. That's what we wanted to see here.
This is the last play of the 3rd
Cody
quarter.
Barton's flashing. Cam Curl's flashing. Kendall Fuller playing about 10 yards off the line. Josh Dobbs having some time. He is going to get a sack fumble. This is Washington.
Yes, that's what they needed.
Falls in on
they needed.
This is exactly what they needed here with 2 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Washington getting Montez Sweat with the sack fumble of Dobbs. Deron Payne falling on this. Let's look at this again here.
Beautiful.
Montez Sweat just blowing by Humphreys, knocks the ball out of Dobbs' hands, and Deron Payne right there to pick this one up. That is not forward motion. This is going to stay Washington ball here. Easy pickup by Deron Payne.
Here we go.
Deron Payne giving Montez Sweat the football. He knows that was Montez Sweat's doing.
All right, you ready? You ready for a bold prediction, if you will? You ready? If Washington scores a touchdown on this drive, they'll win. If they only get a field goal or less, they'll lose. This is a massive drive that they're going to have here. Short field,
you got to walk away with points.
you got to get 6. You got to get 6 here.
Six is what we'd like to see, but I'll just take any points at this point. It is 2 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be handoff to Brian Robinson up the center there. Good push forward as we hit the fourth quarter here with Washington trailing the Arizona Cardinals 16-10, but they are driving. Don't sleep on the comeback.
When I'm live streaming Commanders games with my boys on Ref the District, I got to keep my energy level up, way up, over 100 at all times.
Go! Kick 6, baby! Get in there! Yes, sir! That's a pick! That's a pick!
And the best way to do that is with the official energy drink of Ref the District, Don't Sleep Energy Drink.
Don't Sleep supports those who believe in themselves. Head on over to don'tsleepenergy.com and enter the discount code DISTRICT to get 10% off your entire order. That's code DISTRICT to get 10% off at don'tsleepenergy.com.
Don't sleep makes you great. Let's go.
Don't sleep on the quick bio break for me. That was
Wow.
1 minute managed to get refreshed over here at the Perry household. That was making it move there. But Don't Sleep, great people, great products. Make sure you check them out. Don't Sleep Energy. Stoner, we've got ourselves a game here in the fourth quarter, a lot closer than Washington fans would want. In fact, I don't think any Washington fan thought they'd be down at this point in the game.
No, absolutely not. But that was such a huge play at the end of the quarter. Dobbs and that offense looked out of sync right from the beginning. They had trouble getting lined up, and he was asking for the snap so they wouldn't get a penalty, a delay of game penalty. And actually, I bet they're hoping they would have gotten that delay of game penalty, but they didn't, as Montez Sweat came in with an excellent rush around the edge, doing what you're supposed to do with a sack fumble. Deron Payne coming in to recover it, Washington's ball. And then what they do on first down, ran it 5 yards. I'll be honest, I don't want to see Sam Howell throw another pass the rest of this drive. Just this drive, I'm not getting crazy about the whole game. I'm just saying the rest of this drive, just run it, run it, run it, run it.
Washington starting this quarter with excellent field position thanks to the sack fumble recovered by Deron Payne. 2nd and 6, so 4 yards on that opening carry.
Fair enough, 4 yards. But you do that every time, and you get yourself
a first down. Yeah. Here we go. Sam Howell in shotgun. Brian Robinson is going to get the carry. He follows his blockers. He gets himself a Washington first down.
First down.
Brian Robinson getting pumped up. You know he wants the ball, right? Like these are all gamers, right? These are all players who want the ball in their hands. And
he's a dog.
He's like, let me get this. I will show you why you need to pay me the big bucks here. As Logan Thomas is in motion, this is going to be a handoff to Brian Robinson, who goes through the center there and still moving. The ball is on the ground. It is going to be recovered by Washington.
He was down.
Aaron McLaurin on the ball. No, maybe that's not Aaron McLaurin on the ball.
It was Dotson.
It was Dotson who jumped on the ball.
Yeah, but he was down.
It looks like they're going to mark this down, but Brian Robinson fighting for those extra yards here after some contact. He's reaching. And so Dotson scoops this up. So at minimum, Washington keeps the ball.
Yep.
It is going to be just the run there. So 7-yard run there by Brian Robinson. So they did mark him down. Sam Howell still in shotgun. They like having him in shotgun. Allows him to see the field a little bit better. It is going to be another handoff to Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson met at the line, but gets the push. And I think he's going to be just shy.
Just
of the
shy of a
first down.
first down.
Good
It's gonna
to
be 3rd and
see
1.
the
though.
offensive line push here.
This is 4-down territory to me, at least in this set. Oh, they gave him the first down.
I was about to say
think I saw the
it looked like they marked a first down there by the head referee.
Yeah, he did. He gave it to him.
But
Give it
look
to
at
me,
the
Nathan.
push here by Nick Gates. Nick Gates getting in there and saying, no, this is going the wrong way for us. Let's move this in the right direction.
Give it to me, Nathan. Oh, maybe
Hold on. I'm waiting for the official call here.
Yeah, it is.
First
down.
It is going to be first and goal now for Washington. Washington doing exactly what Stoner wanted. Run it. Run what? Here we go. Sam Howell out for the pass. Sam Howell looking to dump it off and wisely throws it away. What do they need to return to, Stoner?
Run the ball. Oh my goodness. Just run the ball.
Oof. I like the switch up there, and I love the decision by Sam Howell. Just toss it.
Yeah. Now here's a question again. It's 2nd and goal from the 9. If they don't get another yard on these next 2 downs, do you go for it or do you kick it? You got to get close to go for it on 4th down?
I think it's only a 6-point game. You take the 3 points.
3.
De'Ami Brown keeps moving. This is going to be Rodriguez with the rush here for Washington. Only picking up a few yards here, bringing up a 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal from the 6 or 7. I mean, what if you get down to 3rd and goal or 4th and goal from the 2? I think you go for it, Nathan. If you don't get it, they've got 98 yards. You got to rely on that.
Your defense is on fire. Your defense has been doing a pretty good job here.
But it's 3rd and goal now. Oh man.
3rd and goal. Antonio Gibson in the backfield. You got 3 wide receivers. Antonio Gibson's going to go out there to the right-hand side. Sam Howell looking that way. Now Sam Howell's looking to run. Sam Howell's looking for the inside of the end zone. That's going to be a Sam Howell touchdown. There's no flag on the play. Play the music. Hail to the Commanders. Hail Washington. I think it's victory. We're going to have to get this one. We haven't played this song in a long, hot minute.
Let's go.
Hail victory there for Washington as Sam Howell takes this one himself into the end zone. Look to his right where he had all of his wide receivers, sees that open lane and cuts to the inside here.
Nice. That's what he can do.
The extra point is up and good for Washington. Washington now leading 17-16.
All right. We're back.
Don't sleep on Sam. And we've got the obligatory howl message here as soon as the song's over.
We got dueling howlers.
There's the howlers coming out.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, Gregory, I agree with you. I fully agree with Gregory here. All you in here wanting Howell benched, you guys nuts. How you got we talked about this, Stoner.
Yeah.
A lot.
You got to go
during the preseason. He's going to have good moments. He's going to have bad moments.
Yeah.
When he has bad moments, you can't immediately go to, all right, well, we're going to start Jacoby or we're going to pull him and put in Jacoby.
No,
that's just not what needs to happen. You need to play him out.
He needs to go through it.
He does. He needs the reps, and he has had a lot of bad snaps this game.
Yeah.
All right. Washington is up right now because he scored a rushing touchdown. Washington can go up 24-16 off of Sam Howell's arm, and I would still say Sam Howell did not have a great game.
Yeah.
I agree. He's just taking too many sacks. He's holding on the ball, but he's young, and he's still learning a new offense. And he's like, you got to go with these, and you got to take these good moments and celebrate them, and don't bash him to the point where you're like, yeah, he's trash, because he's not. He's still, I can tell you from what we've seen, even in this game, that we're only up 1 point against the lowly Cardinals.
Yeah.
He's still probably the best option Washington's had in the last 3 years.
Yes, 100%.
So,
but you know what they started doing on that drive is they did run it a lot more, even if they weren't fully.
What did they do, Stoner?
They started running the ball, and it started opening things up. And when Sam went back to pass, he didn't have all these guys coming at him because they were worried about the run. And that opened up that lane for him to be able to run through on that 3rd and goal. So good for Eric Bieniemy for making that little bit of an adjustment on that drive to running it a little bit more.
Yep. And all that was set up by the defense. Montez Sweat getting to Dobbs. Joey Sly going to kick this one all the way back.
Hey, do me a favor. When they go off of the Saturday graphic, let me know.
All right.
Because I think I'm a tad bit ahead because I was behind, and so I wanted to catch up a little.
We are looking at the Saturday graphic. Penn State, Illinois, Western Kentucky, Ohio State, TCU, and Houston all on Fox. Now we're off that graphic.
Okay.
11:48 here to go in the 4th quarter. Washington now up by 1 point. You can tell the fans have dried off already.
Yeah. It was just a little
Sun
rain
is coming out here. It's 1st and 10 for Arizona at the 25-yard line. Last time they wanted to run. Here they go again with James Conner up the center. James Conner trying to bounce this one out. Montez Sweat again saying, no. Montez Sweat is taking this game over.
Yes, right he is.
Now. By the way, my bold prediction with JP Finley.
Yes.
Montez Sweat with 3 sacks. Not
well,
looking so crazy now. He's got 2.
Does he have 2 sacks?
He had 1 in the first half and that sack fumble.
I don't remember the one in the first half, but you're probably right.
Remember, he held on to Dobbs and had some help cleaning it up.
He's got 1.5.
Oh, they're only going to give him a half. All right,
He's
Dobbs,
gonna,
we're going to pass. Not able to do it. That's going to be
that's a hole. Oh, that's a stick.
Graham Curl sticks it to Connor.
They didn't call that hold.
That's going to be a tackle for a loss. I'm surprised we don't see a flag because Montez Sweat was clearly held there.
Yeah,
but it is going to be a tackle for a 2-yard loss here.
I mean, he was literally right in front of the official.
Right in front.
Right at him.
Straight up. The offensive lineman straight up is holding Montez Sweat's midsection.
Clean.
Here we go. 3rd and 12. We got ourselves a big 3rd down. Let's get that noise going. Dobbs with the quick pass to Moore. Moore slips and falls, and this is going to be 4th down. Washington's defense doing it here. The fans getting rowdy again. By the way, looks like a large group of the fans have returned. Josh Harris next to Sonny Jurgensen here. Fans getting pumped, minus that one lady on the side there. She's like, it's miserable out here.
I seriously have, in all those shots, I have not seen a Cardinals jersey.
It's great. It's so great here as Cardinals get ready to punt. This one does get away here. Jamison Crowder, good so far on coverage. This one he's going to catch, and fair catch at that. This time not taking the risk. I appreciate that.
All right, fine. But if he'd gotten away from that guy, he had a lot of room.
Yeah,
But
if.
Yep, the one guy was there. Yeah, good to see Sonny. I think that's Jim Hart, the gray-haired guy.
And it's too soon for this talk. They haven't won the game yet. They do have to put this game away here.
Yeah. Way
too. You can't put them on the back burner.
Sam Cosmi being evaluated for a concussion. So are we going to see somebody else at guard?
And who do you see, Ricky Stromberg or Tyler Larson?
Good question. Let's have a look, see what happens here.
Washington 1st and 10 here, 9:47 left to go in the 4th quarter. Going to start this one at the 24-yard line.
You watch the play. I'll look for who's at right guard.
It is going to be a handoff to Brian Robinson on the right-hand side. He's just going to try to push a little bit forward here.
Stromberg is playing right guard.
Ricky Stromberg, the rookie 3rd-round pick, getting playing time at the right tackle position now.
Guard.
They did run it or right guard position. Sorry, they did run it behind him. By the way, that play was designed to go Ricky Stromberg's way. Terry McLaurin having a quiet game so far.
Yeah, I mean all the receivers have because Sam's
just not been good. 2-yard run play there to start off this drive. Sam Howell now looking to pass. He is going to dump this one off to Brian Robinson, who catches it from behind him.
I wonder if that would have been a backwards pass.
It was It absolutely was a backward pass. Given where Brian Robinson caught it, it looked backwards to me. Washington still not good at the screen game.
I don't know if that was a screen.
Goes for a loss.
I think that was just a dump off.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 11 now. So all that good mojo, quieting down a little bit. Washington can make it up here.
What, 3rd and 11? Yeah. Yeah, Stromberg is in it.
They get lined up. 3 seconds left on the clock. Ball does get away. Now we got the screen. Now we got Antonio Gibson here with some space. He is going to go forward. And as long as there's no flag, that is a
bad spot. Bad spot.
Bad spot. That was a bad spot. If this needs to be a first down here, let's watch this again here. Line to gain. Where was the line to gain? Was it the 40? I thought it was.
I don't know. They weren't.
It's going to be 4th and 1.
They're going to look at it.
Yeah.
He might have thrown the challenge flag. I think Ron might have thrown the challenge flag. I think the ball landed right on the 40 or 35 or whatever it is.
Yeah. It didn't quite make the line, but I don't think that was the line to gain. See, the line is the 34. And
it's 100%.
This is a first down.
At least the yellow line, it made it to the yellow line not being official.
This is what I wanted to see again, right? The line to gain was the 39,
34.
Not the 40, because when they were showing it head on, you can clearly see he doesn't make the 40. But when you see it from the sideline, his knee doesn't hit. His elbow hits past the 39, which is where the yellow marker was made. Now, the yellow marker is unofficial.
Yeah.
That's got to be a first down. P&W saying first down. TJ wanted to challenge it. That's exactly what's happening here.
Yep.
Gus Bus, this is exactly why you don't give on Antonio Gibson. That was an Antonio Gibson run.
Right.
He fumbles the game, we call him Gibby. But that was an Antonio Gibson run there. And I agree. Try not to give him too many inside carries, although I don't think he's awful at it. I just think that he's just
Well, he got somebody better than to do that.
But get him in space. Get these guys in space. Michael Paul, the notorious our notorious troll here, saying short.
Cosme has been cleared.
He was on the guy.
Cosme has been cleared to return.
All right, good. So we should see Cosme back. Cosme's a good offensive lineman. Injury prone, but good offensive lineman. DK Yoga. Gibby has exited chat. You're right. Gibby's exited, and this new guy, Antonio Gibson, showing up here with a Washington first down.
Where's your challenge flag and your penalty flag?
Have
them anymore?
I'm trying to get my room set up here. So,
okay. So it's in a box
eventually, our viewers can expect a burgundy wall with a gold stripe down the line here.
It's gonna be fire.
Great. EP does me right. All right. She's awesome. She's currently not sitting up here with me.
Oh, she's no longer hanging out.
No longer hanging out with us. She did make some fire wings and sat through the game a little bit, but I couldn't convince her to be on camera, and she didn't want a microphone either. So she went back downstairs to.
Most people on Twitter are saying they should win the challenge.
Oh, hold
on. JP Finley says they lost the challenge.
Call stands. Nope, that's the wrong one. How? Washington charged with the timeout. I'll update that here. Tressway is out to punt.
Conspiracy alarm.
That
was weird.
Wild here as this punt is deep, and this is caught and being returned right now and going to be brought down right around the 20-yard line.
Jeremy Reeves and Mayo, I think that was. That was an excellent punt from Tress Way.
Nice deep punt.
Flip the field position.
Commanders lose the challenge and a timeout.
I guess they really got to get their commercials in because they don't want to show you why or
Here we go. I just don't see how this doesn't go Washington's way. Where does he go down here? He's on top of a person. And that is past. I thought that's past the line of game.
Dean Blandino says they botched it, basically.
We got a fake handoff. Even the cameraman is faked out. This is a deep pass, way too deep, incomplete here.
Who was that on defense? Who was that defending?
It was, Kendall Fuller on defense.
He's had a pretty decent game. Kendall Fuller has.
Yep. Stays with this guy here
for that double move.
Yep.
He could have got offensive interference. He pushed Fuller off.
2nd and 10 now for Arizona.
Only 7.5 minutes left, Nathan.
7.5 minutes. Washington's up 1. Ball on the 21-yard line for Arizona. Does hand this one off to James Conner up the middle for a big gain here. And make it 3rd and short.
They should have just marked him with the first down.
Right? Yeah, good Lord.
Short.
How bad was that call?
Well, like I said, Blandino came on and said maybe they didn't have a good angle, but it sure looks like he had the line to gain, which I think everybody would agree.
3rd and 2. Washington defense needing to step up yet again here as Moore is in motion now. Connor's going to get the short handoff. Jonathan Williams on top of him, but it is going to be a first down for Arizona.
All right. That's fine.
Dobbs, 17 of 25 for 113 yards. So, again, not like they've been crushing the defense. Remember, 6 or 7 points coming from that Howell fumble recovered for a touchdown. But the defense needs to come up big here. Cannot afford to give up any more points this late in the fourth quarter here. 1st and 10, ball at the 34-yard line. Dobbs under center pitches it back. Washington was right there and does tackle this for a loss there. But it looks like James Smith-Williams had an opportunity to make this an abysmal second down for Arizona, but unable to bring him down. Yeah, good stiff arm there by Arizona's number 30 here. Forbes on the tackle. 2nd and 13. Dobbs in shotgun. Dobbs handing it off. This is a run. This is
nice. But
Cam Curl missing the initial tackle, but the rest of his teammates were right there to make this one 3rd and long. Ingram only able to pick up a few yards on that, making it 3rd and 7. So about 5-yard gain there. Cam Curl right there, almost able to stop that one after a couple of yards. Teammates help clean it up here. We got 3rd down and 7. Get that chant going here. Dobbs in shotgun. He has James Conner in pass protection. Dobbs gets this one away for an easy first down to Hollywood Brown. Forbes in coverage on that.
My brain was a little bit off for a second. Michigan State's football coach just got fired. He makes he's got like a $95 million contract. He's like the 5th highest paid coach in college football. Sexual harassment allegations.
Yep. Can't have that. Forbes getting pushed away there by Hollywood Brown as he gets the first down. Ball's now at the 45 on a 1st and 10. Got a little offset here. Dobbs going to fake this one, does get this one away, but we've got a flag and a push out of bounds here.
Offensive interference.
This definitely should be coming back here.
I hope so, because otherwise that's a massive gain. Yeah, ineligible
the players
downfield.
are all walking backwards, so we got an ineligible man downfield.
That was huge because that play would have put him close to field goal range. There's only 4:45 left. They kick a field goal, they're up.
Yep, Washington needing to hold Arizona here. 1st and 15 now. That was their 8th penalty for 107 yards that Arizona has.
All right.
Under center, Dobbs at the 40. Again, this ball is on the ground. This ball is still on the ground.
Oh, he got it back.
Fighting for it. We're not sure who ends up having this. There are 3 Washington players surrounding this ball. Dobbs
steal it from him.
is the only one. This is Mark.
Yeah.
Washington able to jump on the bad snap here.
Let's go. So
we get a bad snap here to Dobbs, who tries to jump on it. Nobody knows what's going on. Sweat jumps down there, and Dobbs is. Oh, this is why it ends up in Washington's hands. Dobbs was on his back. He has no clue where this ball is.
The Sweat get
no clear recovery, by the way, unless they show us another angle where you can see somebody. So when this is marked in Washington's favor, which is right here.
Yeah.
Unless they can show, it doesn't matter if Dobbs or anybody else from we got a flag on unsportsmanlike conduct. This is going to be afterwards. So this is going to be some additional yardage for Washington here.
Huge.
Unsportsmanlike conduct by the rookie Paris Johnson Jr. Let's watch it again here. You got Anderson and Sweat. Anderson playing hockey with the ball, and still you just can't see what's going on here.
That's what I was saying. It looked like Dobbs would have had it, but you never know after that if it gets passed back and forth.
Yeah,
to a couple of guys.
And so what I was saying is on the other angle, you see Dobbs is on his back, and he's the only Cardinals player there. So it seemed like an easy pickup by Washington here.
They could punch him in the nads all they want to get it away from him. He doesn't have anybody there to help him.
So Washington's going to have 4:38 to clear off the clock here with a 1-point lead. This is definitely, I don't know why we're showing John Bates so closely.
I know, right? Hey, it's John Bates. I'm an offensive lineman, but I like to catch passes too.
That is a heck of a camera choice by the producers there. But 1st and 10, 4:38 to go.
All right, listen.
Washington just absolutely needs to run the
ball.
And let's see what they do here on 1st and 10 as Logan Thomas is switched from the left to the right. It is going to be a handoff. This is Brian Robinson met at the line of scrimmage.
Little tentative on that run, I thought. He wasn't attacking the hole.
So this is where you can tell whether or not you're an actual running team. The other team knows you want to run the ball.
Right.
Can you still run the ball?
Right.
2nd and 9. Defense coming up big here for Washington. The offense has 3 turnovers. Washington's defense managed 2 turnovers. Got Sam Howell under center. Tends to be a run play in this regard. It is going to be a run play. This one again off to the left-hand side. Brian Robinson still standing. Finally gets pushed back after a gain of about 3.5.
Surprising that Arizona is not yet using their timeouts. Now there's still 3:40 left in the game, so I get that.
Plenty of time. I wouldn't waste it just now.
Right. You're right.
Yeah. 3rd and 6 though. Time is clicking. 3:20 now on the clock.
Do you run it again and keep running that clock, or do you?
It's got to be a run or like the easiest pass and catch you can ever think of.
Yeah, I think they should throw this one. I'll be 100% honest. They don't.
Brian Robinson rushes this one off on the left-hand side there. It is going to be fourth down for Washington.
Get down
Washington is just going to take the points here. Force Arizona into needing a touchdown.
Got to make the field goal, Joey Sly. Let's go now.
Still 21 seconds on the play clock here. Could bring this all the way down to 2:20 and some change.
Don't use a timeout here.
Remember, the snaps have been a little awkward from Cheeseman.
Come on, Cheeseman.
33-yard attempt here by Joey Sly. Kick is away, and that is 3 points for Washington.
Snap was high.
Now going up 20-16.
Bio break
For our man Stoner as he walks away after having all that good Don't Sleep energy. Make sure you head out to don'tsleepenergy.com. Use the code DISTRICT for 10% off your order. There are our official energy drink here on Ref the District. Don't sleep. Makes you great. Dobbs warming up after that failed snap. He is going to be credited with the fumble there. Washington missing a timeout because they failed a challenge, which we will all disagree with. There's no reason why that should have been a fourth down for Washington. That should have been a first down. Definitely a different game there. Gregory not happy with the team, thinking that's probably related to the fact that they couldn't pull up a first down on that, or maybe a touchdown. I definitely would have liked to have seen more points. So definitely like to see more points there. Yeah, Gregory, you're right. Cards are projected for just 4 wins.
It doesn't matter.
Don't overreact here on your first week. You never know.
Still not there yet.
Yep. Joey Sly kicks this one all the way back.
Nice. All right, defense, keep doing what you've been doing.
Defense has been strong the second half here. Arizona came out swinging that first drive.
Sure, but they still held them to a field goal.
So do we see some of that magic? By the way, the Bengals were a favorite over the Browns. The Browns are up 24-3.
Wow. Looks like we're going to be good in our Believe in Network survivor pool. We took Baltimore, and they're up 22-9.
Good. Yeah, 22.
All right, here we go.
It was another big game. Let's go. Here we go with Dobbs out to the side there. He's Wilson looking to, like, they're trying to hurry up here. There is only 2:10 left on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona with all its timeouts, but they want to end this with the touchdown.
Oh, we got too many guys on the field.
And that is knocked down there.
We got too many guys on the field.
There's a flag, but this is against Washington.
Payne did not get off the field in time before they snapped it.
We got a spammer and we're going to get rid of here.
Yep.
You got him?
Oh, yeah, I'll get it.
So illegal substitution, 2 many men on the field here right before the 2-minute warning, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
That's 2 timeouts you just gave them.
The clock stops with the penalty. Plus they get a free 5 yards. So now it's 2nd and 1, and they didn't have to use a timeout.
And the clock will still stop for the 2-minute warning.
Yep.
Dobbs in shotgun. Connor off to his right. He is going to hand it off to Connor, who is going to move for the first down.
All right.
And now the clock is stopped. 2-minute warning here. 1:57. Okay. Even when he's throwing the ball away, Stoner, it's just like a beautiful spiral and everything.
Who's that?
Sam Howell, after he got his rushing touchdown, he just tosses the ball away. And it was just like, it was a good thrown ball.
All right.
TJ, bringing up that it was an incomplete. So
Yeah, it would have stopped, but it would have
already
been
stopped. Sure.
would have been 3rd and 7.
Yeah.
And not
However,
2nd and 1.
you're taking into the account that was the how the play finished, right? That play didn't count. That was too many men on the field. So even if it wasn't an incomplete, the clock is going to end up stopping, right? So so that's the thing. And you're not guaranteed the 2-minute warning.
Officially, Montez Sweat has 1.5 sacks, a forced fumble, and 2 tackles for loss. That's what he has right now. Maybe he can get you that 3rd sack.
He needs 1.5 sack to make that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, it's a bold. It was a bold kind of line, anyways. It was really because JP went kind of lackluster in his bold prediction. So I was like, come on, bold prediction would be, because I actually think we'll have to listen back to it. Did JP actually say that Montez Sweat was going to have a sack fumble?
I think he did, because you said, well, why not go for the trifecta and give him a touchdown too? But yeah, he definitely said sack fumble. Maybe I can create a short out of that.
Yeah. The by the way, right now Washington up 20-16. 7 of those points are coming off of a Sam Howell fumble recovered for a touchdown.
Yeah. The Cardinals offense has not been good.
Yeah, Washington's defense has been holding them to 9 points.
That's right.
This is again, this has always been Washington's game to lose here. And this
100%.
Is now where we're talking about early on. Washington, this is going to be a close game if they win it. And so nobody's going to give them credit because, as Gregory mentioned, Arizona was expected to only win 4 games this year.
Yeah.
Let it not be one of these games right here, as we've got 1:57 left on the clock to go. Washington up 20-16. Arizona driving, has to have a touchdown here as Dobbs is looking to his left, gets this one away. Cam Curl quickly.
He's in bounds. Unless you want to call that.
Yeah. This is going to be.
That's definitely
line judge is calling for the ball. He's
Yeah,
like, no. Let me get this, because they're going to call that one tackled in bounds. He was definitely down. And he was tackled in bounds. So the clock is still going. 1:31 on the clock. Dobbs in shotgun. Ball right at the 39-yard line. Dobbs looking to pass. Dobbs.
Jonathan Allen. Yeah.
Jonathan Allen got a sack backwards
with his left hand. He just went like that and sacked.
He literally turned around and was knocking down Dobbs with his right arm.
Right? Was it his right arm?
This is fantastic here. As Jonathan Allen getting held and just is this like, I'm going to swing around and just knock down this quarterback with his arm. That could have been called, by the way, because that did end up hitting his helmet there. Timeout by the Cardinals. Definitely needing to stop the clock here with 1:22. It is now 3rd and 16.
Woo! That changed everything. It went from 2nd and 2 to 3rd and 16.
Yeah, big time play there by Jonathan Allen, captain for the Washington Commanders here. Second half defense, 0 points allowed, 2 takeaways, total yards, 85. Here we go, 3rd and 16. This is definitely 4-down territory, so Washington has to hold twice. Dobbs looking to his left, does get this one away. Tackled by Cam Curl.
It's going to be 4th and 10
on the clock, but we've got a 4th down here.
This thought maybe
ball game right now.
I thought maybe somebody hit Dobbs in the helmet again, whoever was coming in, but that's why I said all right, 4th and 10. Let's go. This is ball game right here. You stop them, you win.
Some noise wherever you're at. I guarantee you the team can hear you. Let's go, Washington. 4th and 10. 1:15 to go. Ball is on the 36-yard line. Dobbs in shotgun. He is going to take the snap. He is looking down the middle. He fires this one off. This is away.
Ah! Yeah!
He's going to win away. That is the rookie Emmanuel Forbes with the pass breakup here.
Dub. I don't care how you get it, Nathan. I don't care. That's a dub.
Is a dub.
On the next week.
Wait for zeros of the clock to play the music, but Emmanuel Forbes reading this one and making sure this one's going to go down in a burgundy and gold W as he's doing the dance with St. Jude's. We're locking it up, baby. We're locking it up.
How did he not pick that? I thought that was his special.
It doesn't matter. I honestly knocked the ball down.
I know,
you got Josh Harris on the sidelines. He probably ran down there. He's like, I'm going to be on the field for when my team gets its first victory. Washington does need to milk the last 110, 2 timeouts from Arizona here.
Do the math.
Brian Robinson with the carry. Brian Robinson gets into the pile.
All right. So they use a timeout.
Just a couple yards there. Arizona going to take their second timeout.
All right. So it's second down. Let's do the math here. They run another play, get it down to about a minute 2. They call a timeout. It's third down. Then they run a play down to 58 seconds left, and they can't call timeout. So they can get it down to like 33 seconds before Washington will call a timeout and then punt it into the corner. And Arizona will have about 25 seconds left with no timeouts to go the entire length of the field. That's how this is going to play out, my friends, unless somehow Washington can get a first down on this drive. If they do, it's obviously over. So Arizona can get it with about 25 left.
Here we go. 2nd and 9 here for Washington. The obvious run coming here as we get Cole Turner in motion. Fakes to Logan Thomas. Brian Robinson pushed forward for about 3 yards here.
All right.
1 minute. Third down with 1 minute. 3rd and 7 coming up. No more timeouts for the Cardinals.
They can run off another 30 seconds between the play and the 25-second clock. And then the 4th down play will last 5 or 6 seconds. So
that right there is the play of the game to me, too. The one that they're showing on the camera. Sam, not the one right now, where Howell fumbled. Sam Howell's touchdown pass to Brian Robinson was an absolute gem.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was.
See, did you see the pass now? Did you see him throw it away? Did you see how good that ball looked?
Yeah.
Most people don't throw that ball that well when they're trying to just actually throw a pass. He threw that ball that well, just tossing the ball away here. Logan Thomas moving from the left to the right here. Brian Robinson still in the backfield. Probably smart not to have Antonio Gibson out there. So Brian Robinson's going to be met. Brian Robinson's going to kick this one out to the outside.
Inbounds.
Going to stay inbounds. There is a flag on the
they get a holding
field, so it looks like it's going to be holding.
Otherwise,
unfortunate as that would have been the first down that iced the game here.
Yeah. Bates. I need to see it again.
And
let's see. He's okay. So far, he's okay.
Yeah, that's holding right there.
That's holding.
There's your pseudo offensive lineman getting called on a hold.
All right. Still, you ran off 8 seconds, though.
Yep, that's true. And you replay the down, so you get actually a little bit extra there.
If they hadn't gotten the first
TJ mentioned that as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still run it. Don't get cute. Still run it.
3rd and 13 now.
Who's that? Rodriguez?
Now that's Chris Rodriguez. Chris Rodriguez just moving a little bit forward here.
48. Here comes the play clock.
Yeah, the clock is going to go all the way down now to about 10 seconds.
Yeah. Yep. That was huge. Getting the first down is what did it. Because if they had not got the first down, obviously Arizona would decline the penalty and force the punt. But because they got the first down, they had to take the penalty, and those 8 seconds are huge. You're right.
Yeah,
So Washington
there's
called
about
timeout.
8 seconds difference, 7 or 8 seconds difference here on the clock. So Washington's going to bring this one down, probably take the penalty.
Hear me out.
Yep. Washington going to take the penalty here with 7 seconds.
Or they called timeout. Hear me out, Nate.
Probably just take the penalty.
Hear me out.
Yeah, they're taking
Snap
the penalty. Tressway's going to kick this one away.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Tressway, catch it, run backwards. Run backwards out of the end zone. You give them 2 points, but the clock runs out.
Tressway has to run 45 yards
45
before
yards.
any of those gunners get him. I'm not
Yes.
taking that.
Run backwards.
Max protect. Max protect here. Yep, there we go. And Tressway gets this punt away. This one's going to be retrievable. Here's all the rest of the play clock here. Everything has to happen right now. And
Okay!
That's
Yeah!
the NFL. Jeremy Reeves, all pro. Jeremy Reeves celebrating there with the fans. It's time to play that song. The Commanders, hail victory. Washington coming away with the 20-16 final here as the first game of the season here. There we go. There's the final. The F is on the screen. Ball game. Washington wins their first game in the Josh Harris era. Sam Howell gets his first victory on opening day. Had some bumps and bruises. This was not the best game.
No.
This was, in fact, a very ugly game. But you know what, Stoner? A W is a W. Washington starts the year 1-0. Got Denver up next week, and we've got plenty of content for you here in about half an hour or so. We'll be posting our instant reaction tomorrow. We bring you the day after reckoning where we're going to break down the game. I already told Stoner I want to look at those sacks. I think that's what we have to do. Michael, right? You're right. We're in first place in the NFC East. We'll talk about that. We're going to bring you a Daily Commanders update on Tuesday. Wednesday is our live show. If you've enjoyed this, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel because we bring you content every day of the week. We appreciate everyone in the chat here. Clifton coming in as well. Tommy T always. Wow. Gus Bus in here. Yam. Get yourself some rest if you can today, all the way out there in Japan. We appreciate everyone jumping in. And until next time,
A dub is a dub.
be a fan.